Hey, Andy.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going all right about yourself.
Eh, Sunday. but, but
It, it, it-
yeah,
Tragically, not that much weekend left, but enough to return to Sekigahara.
yeah. Well, been going. This is a it's an interesting game, right? I couldn't
Yeah,
stop thinking about it ever since we ended it on Friday.
yeah,
So, um,
yeah. I was pretty high on it, I think, and I'm sure we'll probably have a debrief afterwards. But I mean, even last time when we were talking, I really like the way it's just a very elegant design, with everything flowing through the cards, for action economy and just the balance of like imperfect information. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on here.
I've never really. I mean, I've never. My only experience with this kind of game is, as I mentioned in the beginning of part one, is Stratego, which
Right.
doesn't have cards, right? You're playing like hidden chess pieces that only
Yeah.
you see, but the opponent then has to later on like reveal and memorize, so to speak, right? So
Yeah.
it's a really strange combination. And I played the, well, that's not true. I played this game once in person, but it was I had no idea what I was doing. Not that I really know what I'm doing now, but it definitely feels a little bit more controlled. Like I feel like there's stuff going on, and I'm like, okay, we don't know exactly how this is going to swing yet. Like both of us have won one
Yeah.
significant battle, right?
Yes. Yeah. It doesn't feel like anybody is even remotely close to being a runaway winner
Right.
here. Like
Which
it
which I
feels
will
like there's
point
a lot
out,
of
I initiated both of them.
yeah. Yeah, there was one that I won on the defensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's um no, I think there's a lot of really interesting possibility space to explore here. So this is good.
So where we less, ugh, here we go again with my zooming. Where we last left off, we were in a situation where we're like we're like at the tail end of week 3 out of 7
Yes.
weeks.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure it's your turn
Yes, it is.
to do a move, and I'm not sure exactly if I already. Oh no, I didn't do my. Yeah, so you had initiative this round, I think, if I recall correctly, and
Um,
or did I have initiative? It's so far up in
I
it's so far up in the logs, I wouldn't even because
I'm
there's
gonna say we're at the end of week three, so whether whoever had initiative or not, it's not gonna matter here real quick.
right.
Because we're gonna flip over to week four.
This is
But
true, but you definitely have. It's your turn.
it is my turn.
It's your
So
turn to move.
yep,
You were replenished after a battle,
yes, and I'm gonna
which I got destroyed in.
which was one of those aforementioned critical battles that we just talked about.
I mean, it was the battle of, I guess, Kiyosu. I guess I came into Kiyosu from Kuwana. I must have, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yes, it
and,
was it was
and
Kyosu.
right, because then I had to. I was like, for sure, if this is a war game that has any value, it's gonna force me to retreat to where I came from, and of course it did
Right.
that. Right, which
Yep.
now puts me between these poor
Now
dude.
it's the rock and the hard place,
These poor.
sort
I
of.
mean, come on, this Kuwana band. Like, how the hell are they're not gonna? They're not. They're not longing for this world.
Well,
Um,
so I'm gonna go ahead and take a limited move. So of course anyone watching this can look at part one where we went through the like an extensive walkthrough of the mechanics and kind of the different moves and things that would be available. I've got a need for speed as much as we can have in feudal Japan, without going totally overboard. I'll do a limited move and I'll
interesting.
discard a card.
Got it.
Um, so I'm gonna go hang out with we're gonna move this guy, and I'm gonna select you know what, I don't know if I'm gonna select all of those. I'm gonna select
Yeah, I said this in the beginning of the first part
that
too. Like,
guy.
move is surprisingly complicated.
It can get that way, yeah.
Wow, you
Now
just wait. What? Start
well,
to move. You just
so
moved one
we're gonna
block.
we're gonna
Oh, here
go
we go. Oh,
we're, we'll just
I
overrun it.
can't even.
um
Oh, I was just like, oh, got it. Yeah, wait, you had four. Well, okay. So, okay, this is
right.
interesting. So, what just happened is Steve had 4 times as many blocks as I did. So there wasn't even
Yes.
a battle.
Right.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't think that any battle that would have happened, I doubt that I would have even made it to 7 um, on those 2 blocks, which means you probably would have it shortens the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes things a little snappy. So, and then I ended up, I actually probably should have done a total because I think there's at least one more move that I would have liked to do, but I'm not going to undo that. We're just going to roll with it. We'll
Are
finish
you gonna
turn.
muster as your third? As your
I don't know because that second move actually, because I moved 7 all at once.
it doesn't matter.
Uh,
Like if you you got a +1 bonus for the highway,
okay.
and
It doesn't
potentially
give me the option to muster.
finish
So,
block move, base movement rate 1, blocks that start movement together, steps 1. Oh, that was that one. Minachi now controls enemies overrun. Huh? Doesn't really in the log doesn't really tell me. I think you have
yeah.
to end move before it will tell me what it is you had to reveal, right? Because normally, like again, if we look at that table,
Right. It should.
5 to 8
I
is -1. And how many did you
Yeah.
just move? One, two, three, four, five.
I moved 7.
You moved 7. So
So
5 to 8. So you had a -1, and you had a +1 because of highways,
right.
right? So normally the base normally would have been 1. You started from Kyoto, so no worries. You started from
Right.
Kyoto. That's a +1 on leadership. You had a +2, so you could have moved 3, and you moved 2. So it should be fine,
Okay.
right?
Well, regardless, I don't have an option to do anything other than finish my turn. So I don't know how the adjudication rolled out on that.
That's a bit. Yeah, but wait, you did a stop. You did 2 stack movements. In theory,
Yep.
you're. It doesn't. There's
In
nothing
theory, I
on.
should have a third, right? But
You should. I mean, you could undo it if you weren't sure. If we were not sure about it,
um,
but because it says
actually,
choose to give me a
it
limited.
actually doesn't even. I don't have an undo, and I think it's because we went into combat, or
Oh,
what was considered combat, the
blocks that start
overrun.
because you shouldn't have to like when you go into like a limited move you shouldn't have to so really it's not even giving you the option to move a third stack.
I do not have no. The only button I have so there's finish turn, and then I can click a button that shows additional buttons, and then the additional button is resign. There is no undo. There is no muster. There's nothing.
Wow,
So
that's weird.
um,
That's weird because the overrun shouldn't be.
I
Well, wait
wouldn't
a
think
second.
it.
So if you because right now in the if you look in the log, it doesn't really give
Mhm.
me stopped stack moves. Yeah, basement man, Kyosu,
It may be
Kyoto.
because there were two. So if the base movement rate was 1,
Here's the
and there are
thing: you should
two
take.
spaces between Kyoto and Kawana, because I had to go through
Right,
Minakuchi.
but you should, in theory, you should not. It doesn't even look like you finished the stack move, right? You could probably still like force march by discarding a card or something, right? If you
It
really
doesn't.
wanted to do that. So I'm gonna say you're not done with the move of the second stack yet.
I do not have any interactable points on the UI that will let me
And
do
what does the
that.
bottom right blue thing say for you?
It says finish turn. The only thing that I can
Huh.
highlight right now is, well, no, yeah, that's it.
Hmm.
So maybe something if we review the logs. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
That
because
that
you
is
do you see it? Because it says in my log, it says anyone was overrun, lost blocks, and it shows 2 lost blocks. It says you removed my resource cubes, and it says Osmanus AV
controls
now
reload.
controls this resource location.
Yeah,
Right. That's the last thing I see in your movement phase.
I don't know. Um,
That's weird.
we're gonna roll with it. It's
Yeah, yeah.
fine.
Let's not worry
Um,
about it too much. But
yeah.
like, move
Okay.
57.
Well, okay. So hold on. So your
Oh
opponent
yeah.
has automatically drawn cards overrun losses. Click OK to continue. Oh, okay. So then that okay. So it says finish
Oh
turn. It says finish turn, but it wasn't actually okay. So there's a little bit of a quirky
yeah. It's
UI.
a little bit of quirky UI.
Okay.
Like I was okay.
Okay.
So I got an auto draw for losing 2 blocks.
Okay.
Interesting.
Now,
So you still auto draw for overrun, and now you're still on your move, right?
yes. Now I'm still on my move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I was
Um.
pretty sure you're going to retreat back to the castle. That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
Yep. I guess I left my little control dude there though, which I
You
wasn't
did. You
expecting.
did. I mean, you're controlling
Not that
right.
it matters,
Yeah.
but
No. Well, it does. You're controlling 3 resource locations right now.
Well,
right?
right, I guess for when we get to the if I hold that to the end of the
If you
turn.
hold it to
So
the end of turn, which you will for sure not, because I'm definitely not going to
because
let
you're
you.
coming. Yeah, you're coming
Um,
for that. Um,
well,
yeah,
otherwise you get more blocks. So I'm trying.
yes,
Obviously, I'm trying to strap you for resources and for like
absolutely.
car. It's cards and reinforcements.
Hmm.
Um, that's basically it, right? And I always forget which one's which, but one's castles and one's resource locations. Um,
All right, so I have ended my turn. Now we're at the reinforcement and turn order step.
by the way,
So just
looking at my camera right now. I'm like, I'm wearing your colors. This makes no sense.
what what's the story here? Are you
I don't know.
are you a double agent here?
No,
Like
no. Here's
it's
what happened. My wife got me T-shirts at Target. I was like, okay, so then refreshingly bright color for the summer. And now I'm just looking at the screen and I'm like, ooh, I blend in with the yellow.
well, I'm wearing black, so it's only fair. I'm not on camera, but just for symmetry here, it all
Okay.
works out.
Okay.
All right, so
Reinforcement step and turn order step. Oh, so
yeah,
are we? We're all. Oh no! So you're gonna get the reinforcements, or you're whatever. You're
yeah.
gonna either you're gonna get one more card, or you're gonna get one more. Um,
So draw new cards and blocks, and okay, so now I
So you
have
got three. So
to
yeah. So you got 3 blocks because you trumped me on resource locations, and I'm gonna
yes.
probably draw an extra card because I have more castles. I think.
Mm,
I think that's how that works.
wow.
But you probably have to pick initiative first, right?
I do, yes. I have to select the card that I will play for turn order, and
Wow, you got five
the
blocks.
word is yikes, I think is the word that I'm looking for.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you noticed it, but there's a little number in your area, in this player area up here, where it says 16 and 11, and it took me forever to realize that that's a bag icon. Right. So
Oh,
you have
okay. Those
11
are
blocks
the
in your bag, and I have
okay.
16 blocks in my bag. You've
I see.
killed 10 of my blocks, and you've had. So right now
And
it's
I've
10 to
lost
6 in
six.
losses, right?
Right. But you're ahead on victory points, which is all that
Yeah,
matters.
but
So
this is like. That army, those armies over there in Kuwana and Kyoto is like looking dangerous.
we'll have to see. We'll have to play it out. I've got to figure out what I want to actually pitch for initiative here, because this is kind of a funky hand. Um, damn. I guess
I have 10
we'll.
cards. So I'm gonna have 10. I'm gonna have 11 cards after this if I'm doing the math right. Because I think I have to discard 5 and then I draw 6 new cards.
Okay. Um. All right. I will finish my turn. I've picked, to much to my dismay. Now it's yours.
It is, and now I have to do discard half, rounded down. So the first thing I gotta figure out now is, oh boy,
It would
what?
have been cool if we could have done that in parallel. Like, there's a little bit
This
of
is true. That I
yeah,
fully agree that that's a little weird.
but the compromise that we
Yeah,
have
like
playing on Yukata DE for those who don't remember from last time.
right. I think I want to keep that. I think I want to keep that. Let's get rid of that. That. Oh wait, I have to just. Oh, no, undo, undo. Didn't want to discard that. Let's discard that. That's probably too much. Let's discard that,
Man.
that, and then one more. One more. Oof. Let's discard that. Okay, draw cards and blocks.
Whew.
Interesting, interesting. Two, three,
Two
four, five,
blocks,
six,
six
seven, eight,
cards.
nine, 10. Yeah, I got 11 cards now, and you
You
have.
got some cards. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot. Well, because you overran me, that got me an extra card, right? And now I have. Well, we're tied on the reinforcements. Interesting. Okay. Okay, what am I doing here? Hmm.
Oh man, where do we
Probably
even?
this. Probably this. Thing is, I just can't pick up new stuff.
Okay,
feel
I
like
gotta.
there's I've got like some split armies there. Okay, let's just do this and see what happens. Flip cards. Okay. My turn. I have initiative. Okay.
Oh, you want it? Oh,
Yeah,
you.
and I'm gonna
Wow, you
go.
sure did.
I'm gonna go first.
6-3. Okay.
Yeah, that this
I
giant
should have. I should have weighed low. That's. Oomph.
this
Okay.
giant troops of armies over here is just is a little bit disturbing. This big pile, this big
The
pile of
doom
people.
stacks.
Well, because hmm. I mean, you're gonna get those two castles, right? And so I'm gonna have to like figure out how to like at least take over whatever it is you have over here. My assumption
Right.
is that if I walk out of Ueda, I will not. Oh, your token's still in there. Ay ay ay.
Wait, I thought you got. I thought you
I thought I'd
got that
remove.
token out last time. Did it
I
get replenished
I thought I removed it.
to the logs? I vaguely remember that.
I vaguely. You know what?
Because
Maybe I
we had the.
didn't. Maybe I didn't. You know what? I may have. No, no. You know what happened? I think I didn't do the siege because I already realized that I wasn't going to get to the number I needed.
I well no. I in move 37. I have selected a block disc for loss, and I have that icon. Is the icon really there, or is that just the mark on the board? I think that's just the mark on the board that says where it's
Well, I mean,
placed.
we'll find out at the end of my turn, right? Because
Yeah,
if it doesn't trigger a, what
a
do I do?
siege or whatever, because
Right,
you're sitting there. No, I think it's just the mark on the board where you place that.
right. I'm trying to figure out right now what I want to do in any case. Because I'm trying to figure out what these. So much. What's this solo? Oh, that's a castle. Yeah, I probably need to defend that castle somehow up there. Hmm. This is weird. This is weird. Well, I probably want to do a limited is like yeah, none, minimal, limited. Let's do limited. Discard probably this one, right?
Yeah, you do have cards to burn.
I do. So let's do a limited because I do want to start getting whatever that stack up there is that is on a castle, but also I need to whatever that solo token up there is doing. Like they need reinforcements, right? Although they are also on a castle, so I'm not really sure what the best uh, plan of action there is.
Right.
I guess Gifu's not defended right now. Yeah, I need to. I feel like I need to two prong you, right? Like I need to at least
Right. Well, when
pose a
we talked
threat.
last time. Well, right, and we talked last time. Like you sort of have a go wide strategy in that you like I have like the scary stacks, but they're all sort of concentrated in one place. You have a dispersed amount of armies kind of hanging out throughout. So if I think the strategic question for you is, can you move all of those different movements that you've got, all those different armies that you've sort of gone wide with, in a way to present tactical advantage?
Oh, I didn't want to do a forced march because
It did,
that's
yeah.
the only way I could. Well, or
We're off the highway.
maybe I do want to do a forced march.
Well, I think so. You're moving 5. So, and once you go
Right.
over 4, right? So, if you only moved
True.
4 and you left
That's
one back at
true.
Kanzawa,
Which I don't really want to do, but I'm starting to see the value of maybe doing that. So
right?
if I only do 4 to there and there, because that would be fine. Wait, what? No, that's not
You
what
only moved the one.
yeah, this is hilarious. So let's
But
un.
you didn't have to force march for that, right? Like you do have the leadership
I
bonus coming off
didn't.
the castle,
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out who I'm moving. Oh, that.
right?
Okay, 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 okay. I get it. I
Right.
get
You
it.
got to select them one by
2,
one.
3,
So
4. There we go. So let's do
there
that.
we go.
There we go. Okay, so that happened. And then I'm going to grab. Oh, wait a second. I think I'm done with that block because I think I want them in Saruga. I think I'm fine with that. And then I will. Oh, I could also still march that individual, that solo one, if I really
The one
wanted
that's
to.
hanging out.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Why not? Because it's not an extra. It doesn't cost extra.
Right. You can combine it with that other stack of three down on the south,
I
get
could.
you to four.
Well, it's not going to make it all the way there. Oh, and
Right. But at
that
least
would have already been a nope. That would have
that would
already
have
been
been
a
a forced
force march.
march.
So I'm not going to force
Right.
march.
But it's sort of,
Right. So that
that
was one. That was
that was
one move,
one.
right? Because it moved
Yes.
the whole. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was one.
Yep.
And then I think the next thing that's going to happen is going to be me grabbing these four, moving here,
Yep.
and aborting, and then grabbing these three and moving here and
Ah,
aborting,
yes.
right? And I think that ends my turn. I think that ends my turn.
Yeah. Looks like it.
Yeah, let's finish my turn. Okay. And no attack, right? So yeah, that. Oh, and now the token's gone. Oh wait, now it's back. Wait, that's so weird. Yeah, there's some UI weirdness. Like that token in Ueda should not be there anymore, right?
Right. I think, like I said, I don't even know because it's not. If you compare, okay, so in the UI, if you compare Ueda and then the token at Osaka, right? The token at Osaka does actually have like a disc that's sort of like isometric.
On
Um,
my end, the Ueda, the token in Ueda also has an isometric disk.
oh, oh yeah, it does now.
Yeah.
Wait, it didn't a second ago. What it?
Didn't a second
You
ago.
know,
Could be some jank.
yep, yep.
Could be some jank
I
because like
I'm not going to ask questions.
I'll reload the page and see if that does anything for it. Yep. So weird. I reload the page and now it's gone. But
Now it's gone.
if I ever click on hide all again and then
Then
unhide, it comes back.
it's the ghost of all the soldiers that you overran in the
Yeah.
siege that are just sort of popping up around the
Okay,
castle.
okay. There's a little bit of jank, right? There's a little bit of jank, but
It's fine. We
it's
all know
fine.
what happened
Yeah.
here. It's okay.
Okay, so this is
So
your. So we're in like first half of week 4, and
yes,
you're on your. So
and
we're on like
I'm on
the
movement
second. We're
here.
on the second of 4 parts of week 4, and now I'm
Yes,
curious to see what it is that you're gonna do.
me too. 'Cause I don't know what. Um, I'm gonna go minimal because I feel like I need some cards and I don't want to spend cards. Now the question is what are we actually going to do here? Um, I feel like if I'm playing the long game and from in terms of where my armies are positioned, um, I still want to guard the castle over on Aizu in the east. Even though I'm looking at sort of a disadvantage there.
Well, you still have 5 blocks there. I mean, your biggest disadvantage over there, I think, is that you can't actually muster there, right?
Yes, yeah,
So again, I'm gonna undo this because yeah, the disc comes back. Whatever. We know that this. No, wait, you can.
yeah.
You can.
I have well,
I mean, you
yes,
can
I
if you. I don't know what's going on in your recruitment
right.
stack, but like
That's
technically, you can recruit to the Uesugi clan, right? If I'm seeing
right.
this correct, right?
Setting aside the specific context of this game, let's say theoretically I could. Okay,
Yeah.
is that an optimal play given what's actually in my reinforcement stack? It's an open question.
Right.
I think I'm gonna muster. And
Oh,
I
this
am
the
gonna
by the way, the second you made a move, the disc disappeared again. It's really an
Ghost are
artifact.
gone.
It's really an artifact of this like unhide and hide all. That when I
It is.
unhide it, it comes back. But then the second you do a thing, the logic kicks in, and it's
I don't
like,
even.
no, that's your that disc is gone.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of muster everybody. I got four of the
Oh
same
wow!
family.
And that must have been
Um,
then in that case that must have been the well I can see it in the logs, and the disc came back.
right.
What's the Mori? So you're
It's the Mori.
oh you
Yep.
had wait so you had Mori in your mustering box in your recruitment box?
Yes. Yes.
Interesting.
I
I
did.
didn't know this, so I thought they were all exclusive to
I
the.
didn't realize that either until I drew into that.
Wow. So there's like, man, the more okay. Yeesh. Well, it's okay.
Yeah.
I can already see what's going on here. I guess that castle up there is not again not long for this world.
So
Miyazu, I can't really. You're gonna overrun
well,
that probably.
I, if I can move. And so this is where like having the big armies also has the additional logistical cost of moving these doom stacks around.
Right.
Um and it's not a straightforward decision when you have, when you have to use those same cards to activate troops. It's like the doom stack is only as good as the troops I can activate in it.
Right.
Um so I'm gonna go ahead and stop. I'm not gonna do Mori, and I will finish my turn. We will kick it back over to you for the second half of week 4, I think.
So now I could. Ugh. I don't think. I mean, this is all highly questionable. I don't feel like you're going to be marching up into Kanazawa. Like, I don't feel like that's. I mean, it's also not bad.
The
I don't.
question
I
is
don't
what
think.
moving at what cost?
Yeah, I don't think that me protecting Miyazu is particularly worth my while. Is the impression I'm getting. Um, I don't think that that's necessarily like what I'm trying to do. Like I feel like I
Right.
may want to give that up just because your Doomstack there, your oh
The 8
god,
pack.
1, 2, 3, 4, your a million Moris, right, is like a good thing to deal with.
The Mori family reunion that just decided to show up in Himeji. Um, that is true. So
What do you think happens if I walk the stack out of Ueda? Do you think they just keep control of that castle, or do I have to have someone stationed there?
I wonder if you have to have the control cube there.
Well, there's no so you'll notice that on the top of that stack there is no control
There
cube.
is no control
Whereas
cube,
every
right?
time
Yeah.
there's a place that you can take over that's a resource location, there is a control cube. And I
I
mean,
wonder if
I could look
I
this
mean if
up
you
right
do it in
now, right?
undo. I mean, if you move and maybe something in the log says that you yield control. I don't know if there would be anything in the log that would show that if you wanted to move just for funsies, but um,
I'm looking here right now to see if there's anything like special rules.
to the rules.
Oh no, this is the historical notes. A lot of historical notes in this
Oh yes.
rule book. Nah, I can't find anything off the top of my just looking here. I can't really immediately look I
Right.
isolate. It might
I mean,
maybe it's in the front where it's like here's how you win the game. I'm not sure. Castles. Each castle has natural alignment. Castle controlled by player if he has blocks at that location and his opponent doesn't.
okay.
Yeah. So if I don't have blocks there, it reverts to its natural
It
alignment.
reverts to its natural
Yeah.
alignment. Okay.
Which is why I currently still control Anatsu and Okazaki, right?
Yes.
But
Right.
that
Because they're right. There's nobody there. It's sort of like the whoever your armies are still garrisoned there, even if they aren't the blocks of units that are moving around. Like there's
right.
still enough there to assert some sort of control.
I kind of feel like I should mess with you up there in Aizu,
Uh huh.
just because I have such a large army there that can potentially activate. Who knows? Um,
It's yeah.
it's questionable. Might activate. Might not activate. I feel like I should. Well, that's also when you have 7 cards. I have 9 cards. It could be devastating, but I feel that I should do that. But I don't want to use all the like. I don't want to continuously use limited moves. But at the same time, why wouldn't I? Right. So let's do a
Right.
limited move and discard another card here. And then I think the first thing I'm going to do is probably give up that castle just so that you would have to go there to do something about it. But just so that I retain the block.
Mm-hmm.
Although, do I care about that much?
Which
I mean,
castle are you talking about?
uh, Miyazu. I mean, if you
Miyazu.
take those 3 castles, you take Anatsu, Okazaki, and Miyazu, then it's like +3 for you and -3 for me, right? So it would literally swing,
Mm.
right? It would swing the
Yep. Yep.
entire game, but that's what's going to probably happen, is my guess, right? I just don't like the idea that you have blocks over here that can mess with me. Like, I don't want you to be able
Well,
to, like, deploy into my. You only have 1 block left in recruitment, so I'm not really worried about that too much.
right.
Um, but,
Well,
like,
so one other thing to consider here too. So from Himeji, I don't have a leadership bonus or castle to move there. So I'm gonna have to spend something that's 2 movement worth to get from Himeji to Ayabe to
It's true.
Miyazu.
It's true. Well, that's
So
not
it's
my point is more you're blocking my ability to recruit the Fukushima clan in Kyosu,
yes,
right? And so
yes.
I feel like I need to do something like that to you and Aizu, right?
Okay.
Just so that in case your next blocks are all, I mean, your next
Right.
blocks, you have 11 blocks left in your bag, right?
Yes.
You've put a lot of stuff out.
Yes.
But
We've been playing the numbers.
I do feel like that's a potential battle that's worth having.
Well, yeah. I
Um,
mean, you have a block advantage too, right? So I mean, it's like at a high level, just not even getting into okay, who's unveiled what, or or who has what cards. Like just statistically, you've got a capacity for more there, and for good reason because you want to block off that recruitment. So
yeah, there we go. That's step one.
I will never not get cracked
I
up at
mean,
the
the
stacks
UI
being
is
on top
just
of each
so goofy. The UI is just so goofy when it comes to this. Um,
other.
do I want to move that? Because I think what I also would potentially like to do is just get more dudes out. Mm, you know what? Well, you'd overrun it. That's the thing. If you just walk in there with four, you auto overrun it,
I overwrote yes.
right?
There is no battle.
So yeah, let's not do that. Let's just pick that and move over here, and then end movement right there. That's fine. And then I could recruit, or I could do another move. But I think I'm just gonna recruit, and I think I will. Well, muster. Sorry, that's what it's called. I'll muster this and this to here, which you should see in the logs.
Yep.
And then declare combat in all locations. Well, I think there's only one, right? That's here.
Two Maeda blocks.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna play a card deploy or deploy a leader without a card. I'm gonna deploy a leader without a card. And then
Okay.
finish my turn, and then it goes to you.
Mm.
So
Play
now as a reminder, I'm gonna say that weirdly enough in the UI, where we see this now is not on the board on the impact track. We see it here as impact
yes.
one or something like that, right?
Yeah, that is
It's
a
a
little odd.
little weird. It's a little weird.
Okay, so I too will deploy a leader with no card.
Got it. Okay, so now I'm going to, as the next step, it's my turn, thank you. So I did that. Let's deploy, let's do this, and then deploy that. Which now puts me to 5 impact.
Mm-mm-mm.
I still, you know what? You know what the weirdest thing about this is? I'm still not sure this is going to work.
Yeah. Um.
There we go. Tied again. Okay, so it's my turn. Okay, so let's do this and that. Finish turn. So now I'm at 10. I have to hope and pray. So you're also at 10. Oh, because you played a sword card. Got it. Okay. Well, let's wait. It's not my turn yet. You have not passed, I think.
Let me consult something here. So. Okay. I'm gonna undo for a second
Okay.
because before I do that, I want to do a loyalty challenge,
Oh, interesting.
and it failed.
It fails.
So you do
Yes,
have.
I do
Dang
have.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are 3 deep in that suit. Okay. Well,
Okay, well,
Seems
it's still
bad.
your turn, right?
Yeah, yeah, I can still go back. So I just wanted to. I thought with you playing three straight of those that there was a possibility
Right.
to get something there,
Yeah, it
but
could have been. Could have been. Could have been. Now I have to think about this.
and this is the thing that I really liked a lot from the first time that we played. Like even with the battle on this, like just kind of the punch and counter punch approach to
Yeah.
combat of this.
Let's do this. And then play that and that.
Okay, so it's you
Um, wait, why is it me? Oh, because
because
you
I'm unable
stopped.
to continue deploy. I'm
Oh,
unable
you
to
stopped.
continue
Well, you
deployment.
stopped deployment, right? That doesn't necessarily
Yes.
mean that you.
Well,
Um,
I'm going to say that it automatically did it for me.
Interesting.
Um,
Interesting. So I could continue now, but there's no point because the only point would make it would be if I could get to 21, right? Which I'm pretty sure just looking at what I have right now. I mean, again, it's like, do I want to get rid of these cards?
yes,
And I think I don't
right. I
because I
mean, you're
will
going to
draw
have the
back up.
castle. That's how much, right?
Well, you're gonna for sure you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose
I'm
those.
going to lose the
You're gonna
castle,
lose
and
exactly those three blocks, right? Because you have to
yes,
always start with the ones that were revealed, and
that
you're
were
gonna
revealed.
lose three, and I'm gonna
Yes,
lose one, I think,
yes. Yeah, it's just one because I only got to 10.
right? Which I'm not happy about, but I'm also like, do I want to? I think I just stop. Let's stop. Okay, stop deployment, and now probably to you, right? Is my guess. Oh, you suffer damage. Which of your
Yeah, as I say,
blocks?
you
So it's asking me which of my blocks do I want to lose.
right.
Always these. This is where my knowledge of the game is just so poor, right? Where I'm like, the whole thing at the sword cards is like they're cool, but you also have to have a sword card, right, to be able to
Yeah,
activate the icon. And like,
yeah,
neither of us yet have managed to pull off the double of an icon uh, thing, right? Where you can like
right. Where
get
it
plus
stacks.
two, and then the
Yeah,
next time you play another one, you get a plus two for each of those icons, right?
yeah, yeah. That hasn't quite lined up yet.
That has definitely not lined up for me. So I'm like on the fence as to because I don't want to get rid of the leader because leadership is just too strong for movement,
Yes.
and I don't really want to get rid of. This is taking me way too long. Way too long. Let's get rid of that. Okay, finish turn. Okay,
All
you
right. You
probably and
suffer
you have
damage. I,
yeah.
I
For
select.
you, it's like yeah, I don't think you have a decision to make. I think you have to just literally get rid of those
Yeah,
three,
it's gonna be all of
right?
them. I must retreat my remaining armies. Select any one highlighted location.
I don't. Yeah,
Um,
I think you only have one, right?
it
Because
actually does give me the option of staying in place,
oh,
like and
because
basically
you
pushing
can
out
yeah you can turn it into a siege, right?
to basically turn it into
You
siege.
can turn it into a siege. In which case, you understand that the sieges here are like infinitely worse than in Nevsky.
Yeah.
For the defender, they are infinitely worse.
Yes. Yeah. The only reason to hold out for a siege here is just to slow you down. It
Pretty
is literally just
pretty
to
much
slow
because
down.
it's not like you can well slow me down, get cards out of my hand so that
Right.
but you draw them back up. It's like oh no. Here's another reason why. In a siege, when you lose a block, you get a card. Normally, it's a card per two blocks, right? So if you're losing blocks to the siege, you're gonna get more cards in your hand. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, the other part is, am I going to be moving around a two stack that is like so completely disengaged from every other army placement that I have on the board?
I mean, I don't know what
No.
those are, but the thing that you could consider, although I don't really know whether that makes sense, is like so Niigata has is a resource location, right? So in
Yeah.
theory, you could be like, well, I'm just going to start moving into that resource location
And take that.
and take that,
Yeah.
and then hope that you. I mean, I don't. I what do I know, right?
Well, right. It's that, okay, go to Niigata and force you to chase me up there. hang out in Iazu and just go the siege the rest of the way and try to take what benefit I have of getting routed there for siege bonuses on blocks versus regular combat. Is
Yeah,
that
moving over there in that area with no highway is just also such a pain in the ass, right?
it sure is. Um, yeah, I don't know that I like either of these choices very much. I'm actually just gonna hang out at the castle. More than anything else, I just sort of want to. I think I'm sort of intellectually curious about how that would play out in terms of what options are here. So
Yeah.
we're gonna retreat into the castle,
Okay.
um,
So I think it's
and then
just going to be.
select the blocks I want to put into the
I
castle.
mean, the castle fits
Um,
up to two.
yeah, we're gonna put them all there. So now replenish our cards. So draw cards. Oh, there we go.
I don't like the sound of that.
Okay. Look, I only had 4 cards,
Right.
so I doubled my hand size.
This is true.
that I'll.
No, it was just funny
I'm
because
just
when you
happy with
said that, I
that.
was like, uh oh, you got
I
the
was like,
cards you wanted.
oh, I drew a full house. Oh, no, nothing like that.
All right.
But
So I drew three because I guess I only used three in the battle.
all right. So turn is back to me, and now I get to determine the degree of movement.
Well,
Um,
because you're so now
we are
we're on
on the B
B.
portion.
We're on the
Yes,
fourth part of week 4.
we are at the end of week 4. Um, boy, howdy, what do we want to do here? Um,
I think not that you should do it, but I think it is an option of yours to move the two people who are under siege out of the castle.
yeah, well, right.
Totally an option.
It is out there. If we, I guess if we do a limited and what are we pitching to do that is the question. Okay. So if we move, um, undo that. That's not what I want to do. If we move all of these over, well, and to review here as well, like so we can pick up blocks, but we can't,
No, no,
or
you
we can
can
drop
drop
up.
off. You
We,
can't
we
pick
can
up.
drop off and not pick up.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
exactly. You can drop off. You
that's
can't pick up.
okay. So let's go to there. Let's go ahead and take that castle.
Yeah. So now we're already 5 and 4. You're going to be ahead in castles.
Let's take. Just gonna hang out with one. We'll go there. Can move more blocks or finish the stack move.
Oh, right, because you can still move this. You just
I
can't
can
move
still
down.
move.
You can't move down the same path,
Right,
right?
right. So I can go ahead. I guess where it's kind of six one way, half a dozen. No, actually, it's not. If I go to Kyoto, I have highway to Sawayama. If I want to challenge you up in Suruga, um, if I do want to press there. So if we go, will it let me do all of those with the leadership bonus? Let's find out.
I mean, you can, yeah, as long as you don't initiate a battle, it's all good, right?
Yeah, will that
I
do a
mean,
force
you
march?
should definitely get to Sawayama, right? Because that's already a +1. And if you have so here's
No,
the thing: if
that
you
that
yeah,
does a force.
if you
Yeah,
leave a highway at all during the move, you do. Oh wait, that's 3 spots.
it's
Yeah.
three. It's three to Sawayama. So that's
So
what that's
yeah,
what gets us into force march.
yeah.
So
Well, and then again, if you ever leave the highway as part of the move at all, then you
yeah,
don't get the highway bonus at all, right?
yes,
So
correct.
yeah.
Okay, so then I'm gonna stop the block movement there. I don't want to do a force march.
Man, look at you, scared of my little dudes up there.
Um, um, and then I have either a muster or another move. Um, and that is the tricky part. Where do I want? Mm, hmm.
So here's another interesting little side note. Like you probably still remember where my leader is, right?
Vaguely, yes.
Because I have no clue where your leader is. Like not even a little bit. Like my
Yeah.
best guess right now would be Kyoto, because I doubt that you put the leader all the way on the front row of Okazaki, but also I have no idea. Right?
So we combine those stacks. I just realized something that I messed up. Crap. Okay, I apologize. I'm gonna reset this, but run through it super quick. Limited. Discard that. Move one to there. Stop.
Now I'm thinking
Uh,
your leader is there. It's like, oh wait, he figured it out. Kiyosu,
no,
oh no.
no, no. What I figured out is that your Kiyosu. I forgot that I had yielded the spawn point for you by moving the total four stack over to that castle.
Oh, but like, yeah,
Uh,
sure, but I'm not gonna. Well, whatever. I doubt that I would have
well,
like spawned anyone in there because it's like
well,
they're just immediately dead,
well,
right?
the possibility, well, because I moved that one stack up to Kyoto, so it actually they weren't hanging around because I
Right.
was going here and then selecting everybody. Like I went ahead and brought the house up to
Wait, so you
Kyoto.
got it, but you also you did put a block down in a Natsu beforehand, and now you didn't.
Shit, you're right. You're right. I did that.
This is
Thank you
what
for
happens
reminding
when
me.
you read your turn.
No, that's okay. Select blocks. Move. Okay. Stop. All right. All right. We're getting our act together, I promise. Go here, and then stop. No, for real, stop. And then this will go and collect these up to this. Okay. So we have those castles, we have that spawn point covered. We've moved to Kyoto to potentially challenge at
Nine.
Suruga next turn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Nine.
8, 9. Well, the nine's bad, right? Nine is like
Well,
what one. It's just like one more than you want for already.
yes.
It's a 2 move penalty if you want to move
It's a
those.
two move penalty.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I won't be moving the full nine. I'll be
Right.
leaving someone to hang out there, but
Right.
for it to hold the control point or the resource point. Um,
Okay. I think that's it, right?
yeah, yeah. I don't want to Mori. Um,
Oh,
well,
right. You can discard a card in Mori.
I could discard a card and Mori. We are at
You
the
must
end
be
of
very
our.
scared of what that 5 stack block in Saruga is.
It's sort of more that I don't really know how. Like that's the one place where I can kind of put some leverage. Because all of my people are hanging out west. I don't have anybody out east. And I don't know at this moment yet um, what an offensive moving eastward looks like.
Right.
I kind of want to get
Well,
my
it's all I'm saying
shit
is like it's
together.
pretty swingy, right? Like right now it's
It
13 to
is.
12, right?
It is. Yeah.
Okay, so now I think combat happens. It's probably
Declare.
well, it's allowing you to fight me over there if you wanted to, probably, right?
No, well, actually, it won't let me proceed unless I do the siege.
Oh, you
Like
have to do the siege?
I have to do the siege
Interesting. Got it.
because we're
Well, that's
adjacent.
okay, that's cool, I guess.
So do you want to? Okay, so do you want to leave the castle and fight? No, stay inside. Stay inside. Okay, so that's weird. So it gives you the option
Yeah,
to
yeah, to
emerge
emerge.
to
Right, right, right.
sally
But you
port.
didn't, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
It gives you the Sally option from Nevsky, right?
From Nevsky. Yeah, I'm not. I have no interest in that. No, thank you.
Okay, well you're getting
Um,
reinforcement in turn order.
yep, yep.
Because
And
I had priority. Now
uh,
now you're
okay.
leading in castles, so you're actually getting an extra card, and I'm gonna get an extra block.
Mm, This is not cool. Okay.
10
How
cards, Jesus Christ.
how badly do I want to fight for initiative here in week 5? We got 2 weeks left.
Yeah, and now the reinforcement, the recruitment gets lower, right? So now it's only
Yes.
one block. I get a +1
Yeah.
for having more resource locations.
Yeah, I kind of emptied the cupboard with the Mori family reunion over in Himeji earlier. We're definitely down to 2 in the recruitment box now. Um, mm, okay. I think I will do that and finish my turn. So now you get to
Now I get the.
manipulate your hand
Well,
and
first I have
figure
to,
out.
yeah, first I have to get rid of shit. Oh man, I
Yep.
definitely need that. Definitely need that. Kind of don't need that just yet. I think. Do I? Let's get rid of that. Wait, how many? One, two, three. I have to get rid of. Must discard half hand. One, two, three, four, five, six. I have to get rid of 4 cards.
Got
Ugh.
4.
That
You
one.
were right at the
That
threshold. Yeah.
one. And that one.
Mm, but you got 5.
I only got 5, not 6.
Well,
Not
right, yeah,
6.
that's what I said. You
Yeah.
got 5. So we're both at 9 cards now.
Well, I'm gonna be at 8 because I still have to pick mine for initiative.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
Right.
Okay.
What am I gonna do here?
Yeah, you do have +1 block for most resources. 5 to 2. Economically, I'm not holding up well here.
I mean, we're almost tied, right, at the moment.
In victory points, yes. I was
Yeah.
just saying 5 to 2 in resource.
I don't. You know what? The whole loyalty card thing is like not. I'm not that into it. I mean, I like it, but it's not. It's not my favorite mechanic.
I really liked it the battle that we ended with last time. I didn't like it this time when I totally like face planted trying to defend the castle.
Hmm.
That seemed like a
Interesting.
bad play. Um
Yeah. Do I want to go first? Or I want to go first. Let me go first. Okay, let's see. What did I just draw from the bag? Okay, not terrible, not great. Not terrible, though. Hmm. Actually, it's not great. I'm not a fan. Yeah, I don't know that mustering is like my strongest move here. Is that even a castle? It is a castle, so at least I'd have leadership and I'd get to Tsuruga in one turn. Question is whether I give up Tsuruga. But that moves me so far away. I don't like this. Do I want you to have to fight me up there? I don't know if I do. So that fight's going to happen for sure. Problem with that is I don't even know if I can, with my current hand, I don't even know if I can get your blocks out of there. It's so annoying. I feel spread very thin. That's my biggest
right.
problem right now. I feel like I can't really do a whole lot because I'm spread so thin. And I don't want to discard more. You know what? I'm just going to do minimal. Or do I? Maybe I do none. Maybe I do none and I just draw cards. Because like some of the cards I have are just straight up not great. Yeah, you know what? I'm doing none. And you figure that out. Because I don't want that or that or that. Like those are all pretty
Oh,
useless.
okay.
And maybe there's more that I don't want. Maybe there's more. No, I want that. I don't really care that much about. Well, I actually do want that. Yeah, maybe that was too. All right, refill. That wasn't great. Whatever. Declare combat. Okay, over here, obviously.
Siege.
Siege. Declare. Oh wait, finish turn. What? Why finish turn? Oh, because wait. I only have finish turn as my options.
There's nothing to hover over there, like further, or is it that you have to? It has
Undead.
me as besieged. Maybe there's something. I wonder if there's some action I have to take
Besieged.
before you can do anything.
Declared combat. Because I can't click on any cards. I have 0 impact. And it's I definitely have. Oh wait, do I have to like click on a dude? Do I have to click on that? Nope. Finish your turn. What?
Well, this is when this happened earlier. The finish your
Yeah, I'm
turn
gonna do it.
button for me.
Nope, it just finished my turn.
Well, yeah, but it's so what it the prompt it has for me is stay inside or battle.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So it yeah, so that's where again it's like maybe it should have said pass control for
Yeah, it
siege or
should,
something
right?
a
It's
little
just
more
like that.
targeted.
That's where the UI is again a little janky.
Right. Where it says finish turn, you just have that momentary freak out
I'm
of
like, oh,
yielding the
I'm
whole
just gonna
thing.
pass my turn. Yeah, it's over.
So, do I want to leave the castle and fight? I I don't want to fight.
I mean, you're gonna fight one way or the other. The question is whether you want to do some
Whether I want to fight
damage.
a field battle or whether I want to
Well, whether you want to do any damage or no damage, right? And whether you want to
yeah,
get.
well, I'm going to stay inside because I don't think I'm not confident in my ability to do damage even if I
Okay,
get
so
out and scrap.
now I can start picking. So
Now
I
you can
guess I
pile
can
on.
do this first. I can just reveal 1 impact. And then I can do, let's see. Yeah, I think I'll just do this next. That gets me to 5. I'm not going to get to, I wish I could get to 14. I don't know that you lose 2 for losing the siege, but I guess we'll find out. I think you
We
just
will
lose
find out.
1 per, you just lose 1. Um, so the next thing I'll do is this. So now it's 7. And then I think I stop, right? Because like unless I wanna, well, I guess I could do 1 more. Not that really matters, but do this. Gets me to 9, right? I actually think that's where I'm done anyway.
Right.
Uh,
Unless you want to spend all the way up.
yeah, no, I can't get any. This isn't good. I'm just gonna stop. Okay, stop deployment, and now I have to click finish turn again. And now
Okay,
it
so it's
probably
my
is gonna.
turn. I suffer damage. Which of my blocks to
Right,
lose?
so you're just gonna lose 1, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I
And
thought.
then I draw cards for that.
You draw
I
1
draw
card for
one
that,
card.
and
I draw.
I should probably draw 3 as my guess if that all worked. I
Um.
did, I think.
Yes,
Yes,
you
I
drew
drew 3
three.
cards.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay,
Okay.
and that's your
All
turn,
right.
and we're on
Um.
turn
So let's
turn
do
order.
limited. Let's pitch one. And man, I really okay. Do I need to take a screenshot of my hand before I go here? So.
Why?
Mm-mm.
Why? What's gonna happen next?
Well, no, just the for I want to make sure that I'm moving the right units that align with the cards if I want to actually activate
Right.
them, right? So, um, I don't know. Go like that, and then let's do it.
Oh
That
boy.
does do a force march. Okay, so that does do a force march, even off of the.
Well, because you don't get the highway bonus,
I do not get the highway bonus.
and
Okay.
you already got the leadership bonus from the capital, right? So you didn't need to reveal a leader. So yeah, it's a
Yeah,
force
let's do
march.
that. That's fine. Um, let's go there. Oh, that's a force march because I don't have. Okay.
By the way, the
So
map just scrolled for me because your stack is breaching the top of the.
it's because it's we've broken
It's
we've broken
across.
through.
It's over the top of the map.
Mm, 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 mm. Does that do a force march? No, I can go four.
4 is fine. You always have 1 move
Four is
before.
You always have one move with 4. Okay.
Yeah, and
So we'll meander over that way. And then move more blocks or finish. I'll finish the stack movement. And then let's, if I muster
well, you gotta pick
blocks,
one or two blocks,
yeah,
and if they're two
got to
blocks, they
pick
have to
one
be
or
the
two.
same. If the two blocks are the same, you can muster into the same
Yeah.
area.
Mm, hmm. I actually kind of wonder if I want to muster at all, and then it's just a question of, because if I do a Mori, I still have to
You
discard.
still have to
Like
discard.
no matter what,
Yep.
that other movement is going to
Yep.
be that way. Okay. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Um, is it really important for me to have discarded a card to do 2 moves instead of 3? Am I gonna like hate myself for not taking the third in some meaningful way? I think I gotta stop. I don't know. I guess I can just muster for free, and that's pick a place, and it doesn't really matter. At least use up the action in some meaningful way. So let's do that and then stop and declare combat,
Oh, yeah. Two combats. One in
and then we will
Suiga.
deploy a leader without a card. Okay. All right.
I will do the same.
Okay. And then
And my best guess is that the outcome of this is going to be that I'm going to lose 3 blocks over here. I'm pretty sure. So let's just do this.
okay.
I at least want to cause you some damage.
Right.
Sure. Of course, you have only threes. Looks like your entire army composition is threes. Wait, what's going on? Play a now it's okay. When I have a loyalty card, you for sure have 6 cards left in hand. Now you have more of those. I decline. Wait, finish turn. Okay, because I don't get finish turn. Now you probably have to. I don't know what you're doing now.
Oh, I guess it had to give you the option for a
Yeah, it
loyalty
had
card.
to. That was the whole thing where it was like, do you want the other player to know that you have loyalty cards, or do you want to always have the option, right? That kind of stuff. Oh Jesus H. Okay. Oh wait, now I can't play a loyalty card. That's so. Oh, loyalty challenge. No, let's play it now. I'm gonna
Right. I was gonna say it.
now I'm gonna
It
play
had
a
it had to do the interrupt on my
yeah
play,
yeah.
but
Now
you
I'm gonna do it.
can
Now I'm
skip
gonna
the
yeah I'm
roll.
gonna play. I'm just see if you still have enabled loyalty challenge. You tell me. I said it's your turn. I think.
Um, no, it still says that it's you.
Play a loyal. Oh wait, I still have to click it. Okay,
You have to click the.
and it failed. Okay, fine. Jesus Christ, 15. Yeah, great. Well, let's still do this, I guess, because why not? Why would I not?
So 15 to 14. Play a loyalty card. That's not what. Oh, I have to. Okay. I
I'm not
was
really
I was clicking
sure.
cards to do the
Yeah, no,
next
no, that's
thing.
actually asking you whether you want to play a loyalty
Yes.
challenge.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm Can you really have 5 flowers in one stack? 5 Maeda in
Maybe
one
not.
stack. Maybe not.
Maybe I do.
Um,
Maybe I don't. Who knows?
I gotta press the odds. Let's go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I do.
Loyalty challenge failed. Okay.
Well, I do have.
Dang.
I can't produce a card.
You can't produce a
I
card.
mean, you see it.
Okay.
You
So
see it
it's
in the logs. The same way you were able to
yes.
produce
Yep.
a
Yep.
card, I'm able to produce a card.
Man, I should have saved that. That sucks. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's the card. I keep thinking of the stacks, but it's actually the card. You have to play. You have to produce a card
Yeah.
to do that. So it's more about playing against the hand versus the stack. That was a goof up on my
Well, at least I
part.
got to 17. That's fine. I'm gonna lose it, but like you're gonna at least lose 2 blocks of those. That giant stack is gonna go down by 2 at least, which makes it a
Yeah.
little bit less intimidating.
Okay.
Oh, that's it on my end. I can't do anything anymore.
Um. Okay. So now to get to 20. So if I stay at 20, is that only two that you would lose, or do I need to?
3. I'd
Do I
lose
need?
3 because I also lose the battle, so I'll definitely lose 3. If you keep
So if I
having,
go to 21,
yeah, then I'll lose 4.
then you lose four. Okay. Um.
This is
How
insane.
much?
That stack: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like you have threes, 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 threes. How did this guy lose historically if everything's stronger?
I mean, historically, and it hasn't really played out like so. The loyalty stuff is weird because the at the beginning of the battle, Toyotomi has a numbers advantage, but it gets whittled away through people defecting in terms of loyalty.
Okay,
That's how it historically plays out. We haven't really seen much of that in play in this game.
right.
Um,
Well,
in
I
fact, I
have.
think,
Well, I've also done a piss poor job of it, but it's also whatever. It's fine.
yeah. All
Okay,
right. So
let's do damage.
which
Let's
of my
do the
blocks?
damage. Let's do the damage. So you're gonna lose 2 blocks, right?
I think so. That's what it looks like. Mm, 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 mm.
Well, I mean, I'm just
It
saying
is
that.
it is weird. Oh, actually, I don't. It's not a weird decision. I see now. Okay, finish my turn.
Okay, and I lose 4 blocks, right? Like which of your blocks to lose? Well, I mean, I guess the Maida clan is just dead. Right. Goodbye,
Right. So you at
Maida
least have
clan.
three to work with. All right. Six, and then I drew seven. Okay. So I declare combat in all locations where opposing forces appear together. I think this is just another round of that siege.
Yeah, where you can decide whether you're coming out or not, basically,
Yeah, I'm
right?
staying inside. And then I am finishing my turn.
Okay, where are we? We're on the second part of week 5,
Week five.
and you are in the lead. I would like to point out that you are now in the lead.
With that last one,
Yeah.
yes.
And I don't really. My main problem here is I don't really see where I'm gonna get. I feel like I'm still gonna get overrun. I definitely want to move those 3 blocks into Kanazawa now because I don't feel like they should be out there to just get overrun by you. So that's one move I have to make. And then the
Right.
second move, I'm definitely going to end the siege, hopefully. Yeah, definitely going to end that freaking siege.
I was gonna say.
Um, and then I think I want to muster. And I'd also like to get, well, that dude's not going to make it up there. I would like to get that solo guy from Takeda all the way over to Kanazawa as defense. Um, I'm gonna have to muster some more. I'm definitely gonna have to muster some more. So I'm going to be doing 2 moves and a muster. So it's going to be. I mean, I could also do total if I just want to discard 2 cards. You know what? I think total is overkill, but also why not? Because then I can just do any move I want. Discarding, I mean, who cares? Discard 2 cards? Yeah, sure, why not? I'll draw more cards later. I'm gonna be, yeah, because right now, okay, I have my discard pile is at 0. I just probably shuffled all the cards back in, so I have a 45
Yes.
card
Yeah, it says that in
draw
the log.
pile.
It said that the
Yeah,
discard pile has been shuffled to make a new deck.
yeah. No, and I see it up in my player area. Right, so
Yep.
I'm thinking. So I want to move that. I would like to move that over. Maybe that would be a forced march if I wanted to do 2, because there's no leadership and no high Hollywood. There's no bonus at all. So I could do forced march if I discard a card, and that's basically all I want. So let's do limited. Let's do limited. Just get rid of this for now. And then I'll move. Well, you're going to move into there. And you're not moving any further. You're just going to stay there. So let's end that. And then I think I'm going to move this dude to here. And then one more, which I think is a force. Yeah, that's a forced march. So now I have to figure out what I want to get rid of. I think it's going to be this.
You do have 9 cards, and we are going to be at a point of we're
Right.
about to drop half our hand anyway.
And then I think I'm going to muster as my third. And I think the muster is going to also be putting something. Is it going to be that? Let's see. Maybe not. Wait, I can't undo this. Oh no, I can undo. Undo is great. Let's muster. I'm definitely gonna muster, and I just have to figure out what do I want to muster. What do I want to muster? I think I want to muster this into there. Just have to remember what I had. Actually, no. Much better. A much better option here. Let's muster that into there. There we go. And then comes the battle, which is here, where I will, where you once again have the, wait, I have to finish turn because I have to give you the option to come out. Which, yeah, you should definitely come out now. That's probably the worst idea ever, because you get no cards. If you stay in and just take it, you'll get a card.
Yeah. I'll take the card.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so with that, I will first reveal this, and then let's see what's my best option here. Let's reveal this, which puts me to 5, and then I have to do that again. Unfortunately, I wish I didn't have to, but I do. Let's reveal this. That puts me to 10, and I stop. I finish turn, and then I think that ends this.
Yep. So I suffer damage. I do that. I draw cards. I finish my turn. All right. So now I have movement as well. Oh, man. Let's do a limited. 2 cards feels like too much to do. I mean, I know there's that total movement, right?
Right.
Total movement. Total movement gives you every friendly stack may move and one mustering action may be conducted. But I'm kind of in the ballpark of where I'm already struggling to do like move 2 or move 3 and trying to figure out how to even maximize limited. Um, I feel like this is sort of my sweet spot for that.
Okay.
So we'll discard that. Um,
Well, we're definitely getting to a point now where I think we're like almost. I mean, I hate that I have so many units over there in the castle because it's
Mm-hmm.
just like it's just such a dead castle to be in, right? Because
Yep.
now we're exactly, I mean, this may be by design, right? We're exactly at a point where you can't really easily get to more points, and I
Yeah.
can't really easily get, like, right now the only thing I see right now that's like still like quote unquote, well, I can still I can take on, put stuff in Niigata, right? So that so I have that one victory point.
Yep.
Kiso is unclaimed, which probably needs to be fixed by someone. But now we're like just inches away from who wins by victory points, right? Is my
Yeah.
impression.
Yeah. We're running out of runway here with only 2 weeks left. And
Yeah, it feels pretty tense.
yeah, no, it's good. This is good. Um,
But yeah, man, that stack over there for me is just such garbage. Like that, that was like I probably committed too much to taking you out in Aizu, but at the same time, I didn't want to have you have stuff in my back
mm-hmm.
because now you can't deploy to Aizu, right? The same way I can't deploy to Fukushima.
Yes. Yes.
Like the only thing you can do is like move someone into Aizu, then muster there into
Yeah.
battle, basically, right? But you have to have already made it so that that will become a battle. Wow, I just realized
Right.
the sun is down and it's super dark in here. And by sun is down, I
Um,
mean it's not blazing in my window.
right.
But yeah, you're one victory point ahead. And I think on ties you win. I think that Ishida just straight up wins ties for VP. Look at that. Man, so much stuff.
I think that's where we want. I don't know. I'm gonna have to discard 3 anyway, so I'd rather come away with 4. And I think that gets 2 units I'm happy to run with. So let's stop that. Let's discard. Now, which 3 cards? Oh man, this is not ideal. We'll see what happens when we draw. Okay. Whew.
Oh, this time I
Turn
have
order.
the resource, man. Like it's funny how the resource and the castle thing swings back and forth.
How it swings back. Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. Like trying to think through. Like I wonder. I'm sort of curious if we looked at all the cards. My impression here is that all of the house cards. So loyalty is 7 or 8,
Mm.
right?
Well, you
And
have, so mine are all even and yours are all odd.
okay, right. But so like I'm at like 3, 5, and 1. And I'm assuming you're at like 2, 4, and 6. That you have a 6 that you could do.
Maybe. I mean,
Maybe.
haven't even discarded down yet, right?
Well, right. I'm saying like theoretically, out of all the cards that are available to Iyasu, right? Like
Yeah,
there's sort
I
of
have
a
two, four, six, twos, fours, and sixes, and
yes.
my loyalty cards are 8.
So
Right.
there's sort of an implication there of that Iyasu is if you want it, you are probably going to have you sort of have a built-in advantage for an
I do have a
initiative.
built-in advantage for initiative because I have the even and you have the odds. Yours goes from 1
Yeah.
to 7, mine go for 2 to 8. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay, let's see. This biggest problem here is always what am I going to get rid of? So I
Yep.
want that up there. I would like that there, but that's less important. So I think I can get rid of one of those. Actually, I think I can get rid of 2 of those. Okay, let's keep one of those. I think I don't want this. I think I don't want this. I think I don't care. I want that. I want that. I want that. I want that. So do I want? I don't want. This is exactly the one I don't want. There we go. And yet I draw it back up. Awesome. Ugh, this is so frustrating. So frustrating.
Oh man. Week
Okay, let's
6.
see. What do I do? Do I even care? Do I even care about anything about that? I think I don't. Let's put this in. Please wait. There we go. Flip cards. Oh wow. Okay.
Mm,
Wow, I went in
okay.
really high.
Wow.
Okay, I probably should. I
Okay.
also probably should just use the loyalty card, but okay, so be it. Okay, finish turn. There you go.
Okay, so my turn, and I will do me first. And
Yeah, I think the biggest pain right now, like, is coming to the realization that I have this giant stack, all the way in the east,
yeah,
and
it
it's
is.
like,
There's a real separation there.
and that
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see that thing coming into play, other than
Well,
saying,
there's no
cool.
highways around,
Well, just to, like,
right?
go to Niigata and be like, okay, cool, got the resource, but like my
Right.
front running armies are like not huge, and yours are
Right.
like still these like massive stacks.
Right. The in retrospect, the question we may come back to after this is done is: was it worth you to mobilize that much to go take Aizu?
I don't think it
Because
was.
you had to, like, your highways into more direct confrontation with me are all like Takasaki, Kiso, like
Yeah,
it's
I don't think it was, but I also had no clue what was going to happen, right?
sure, yeah,
Like, I immediately went for, I think that my I felt like I was doing a good thing by getting Ueda and Aizu, but I
yeah.
think I overcommitted in Aizu. But it's also so hard to say with the
It's well, right,
with the
with the
way
way it plays out.
deployment works and the way.
Yeah, right, right. Did I like soak just enough resources from you in taking Aizu to make it counterproductive? And we'll find out at the end of the game. But that is the one thing, like, in terms of where the armies are distributed, that is sort of,
Right.
it does stick out. Um, Man, I had such a big idea. I wanted to go first, right? Big move, but go first, right? I still have no idea what move I want to do.
I love
The
it.
master plan. The master plan. I just felt like it was important for me to go first for some damn reason. We'll go limited. We'll pitch that one. So let's go ahead and
Yeah, I wonder
get
what's
all of
gonna
these
happen now.
friends over there. Um, if I force march this stack, that's the
Are
next
you
one. I don't know
really
that.
gonna do? Wait, what's gonna happen now? Which stack are you force marching?
Well, no, like, I could have taken those blocks and force marched them over to Kitanosho over by Kanazawa, but I don't know that I
Wow,
want
you're
to burn a
man.
card for
Look at
that.
this. Look at Mr. Hyper Aggro.
We got to figure I got to push some blocks around.
It's
I got to do
true.
something here.
How am I in the lead all of a sudden?
Because I yielded Miyazu, but I'm
Oh,
a
I was just
big
like,
stack.
yeah, that's like me. I was just like, why did I just go to 14? Oh, it's because you don't. Okay, got
Right.
it, got it, got it. I was like, that
Yep.
makes no sense. Right,
Yep.
because again, those go to neutral if you're not,
They go
you
to
don't have
neutral, and
pieces
that
there.
is, yeah,
It's not
and that
good.
is one that is under Iyasu right now. So, and then I think we go. Let's go ahead and go these four and hang out in Kyoto. And actually, I can push them forward because highway bonus, right? Right. Okay. But not that. Oh, yes, I can. Okay, good.
Well, you started from Kyoto, so you had +2.
I had +2. So if I
Wait, you did
go
start from
here,
Kyoto,
that's
right?
the. Yeah, I did start from Kyoto. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Look at
right.
you.
So
I'm
now
going for Kisu. Unbelievable. So disrespectful.
your acts of aggression will be remembered
Well, I
and will
mean, I
not be
feel like I have
tolerated.
to like try to like put my foot down in Kisu now, in the hopes
Yeah,
that whatever the force stack there is not something I'm overly worried about.
that is an option.
It is an
We'll
option.
go ahead and stop. Finish turn. Move 100 in the log. We made it. Move 100.
Nice. Let's
Entry mark.
see. What do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? I think this stack here is just nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 cards. Yeah, there's no way I'm interacting with that. Um, well, I think I do want to muster. Question is this: where do I want to muster to? I think I'm going to do limited. Right? Maybe I'm doing minimal. If I do minimal, I can't muster. Hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
No, let's do limited. Get rid of that.
Yeah, just constantly going over the permutations of what different combat could look like in my hand and trying to sort that out versus the movement I want. Like, yeah, that's
I mean,
this is my
I
jam.
also feel like recruitment and mustering is like is such a luck. I mean, there's a lot. There's it's like what's
Well,
coming up in
right,
that stack. Your stack is like empty. My stack is full, and I can tell you it's not great.
right.
Right?
Yeah, that I was able to empty my stack with the Mori family reunion earlier and do like a
Yeah.
muster with 4 blocks in one play.
Because
Like,
I'm not looking at that stack right now and thinking awesome. Right?
right.
I'll just do that, and then I still have 2 moves. Question is, do I feel confident about these guys going over to Kisu? And I think I do. I think this is. Well, wait. If I do that, I lose the. It's another thing. I lose the castle. Can't actually move them all over. I
Hmm.
can, but but I lose the castle.
Right. The control cubes here are a really subtle, like, if they aren't moving with you, or if like you can't spread too wide, right? Like if you only have so many bonuses from those, like effectively bonus control from those,
Right.
and then you have to spend blocks if you want to keep something outside of that. So that is tough.
Let's take this stack and move maybe these 4. These 4 or these 4. Good question. Yeah, I'm gonna regret this. I feel like I'm gonna regret this. Do I come down? Yeah, let's do this. And then would this already be a forced march? It would not.
It would not.
The next one would
Leadership
be.
bonus.
The next one
Yeah.
would be. So it's always nice to figure that out. So I think I stopped that stack there, but then I'm also still gonna move this stack here and here, which is not a forced march because it also started with leadership bonus.
It is interesting that you discarded the loyalty card to do that. That
Oh,
is
but
something.
I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. Because if I do that, I lose the castle, and I can't do that. So
Yep.
let's just go there, then end it. I think that's it. Right? I think that's it.
Yeah, you mustered and had 2 moves, right?
Yeah.
And you had limited, so that's it.
Yeah. Stop movement phase. No conflict. Finish turn. There you go.
Okay, so now we're in the second half.
Yeah. Well, I'm starting to see. Well, now we're 13-13, but Kisa is going to be the. And again, you win. You're still in the lead, right? Like you win
Tie
ties,
goes
which is
to,
just
yeah, Mitsunari takes the
I have
tie.
to do, like, you're putting me in a situation there where I have to do something, right?
Yep.
Like if I don't do something, then it's just GG, which is fine.
Mm, mm, mm.
Like I'm gonna have to do some bold, very risky, potentially very risky moves. Um,
How bad? How bad do I want
because
to
there's like
do that?
three more move phases, right? That's it.
Yeah, we are definitely seeing the finish line creep up here. Like
Yeah.
this is
There are three more move phases, and so at some point I'm gonna. I think I think week 7. If the game doesn't end prematurely, I think week 7 is just where you have to like basically go all in, right?
pretty much.
Unless you're already so far in the lead and you're just holding it.
All right.
Hmm. It's interesting. Yeah, but Kanazawa is not a resource location. Oh, man, you're
Oh, it
going
is the
for it.
force to go. Well, I'm considering going for it. Did I do 9? I did 9, didn't I?
You did 9.
Yep. I miscounted. There were too many blocks in my stack. What can I
Yeah, you
say?
have 9 blocks.
Um,
There are 9. There are 9 blocks in that stack.
okay. All right. Mm,
If you go in for that and you win it, and I have to retreat, that's pretty much game over. Right at that point, that's going to be like a Nevsky situation where I'll be like, I think this is it.
right.
I guess I can still, I'm going to definitely do a couple of Hail Marys, but we'll see first what your plan is here.
Okay. I had to think about it. So 8.
Wait, was that
Okay.
10?
Yeah, no, that's what I
Jesus
was saying.
Christ.
I had 10 in there originally. Um, so um how much how much do I really want to press this?
Well, I
If
mean,
I go 8 to 5, 8 to 5, and I'm gonna be I think I'm gonna hold it there
interesting.
for now. Um, we'll finish. Oh, I guess I could move one other place, couldn't I? Because I could totally split these up. I think I did that out of sequence. That's totally fine though. Um, okay. And actually, because I can't, that'll be a force march. Or no, because it has the highway bonus. Okay. Okay. So if I do, can I come down there? That's a force march. Okay. So that's that. We'll finish that stack move. So now let's bring these guys over to here. Stop that. Hmm. Um, let's go Kizo and stop. and stop and finish. All right.
I don't even think I have enough moves left in terms of what I could do. Hmm. Yeah, I don't really see how I can win this. Like, I don't see a path to victory given that I only have three more move phases.
I think, well,
And you get that monster. You get I'm not getting Tsuruga, right? That's impossible. Like, there's no
right.
way I'm plowing through that. Even down here, it's like so far away. Like, I can't actually move there, and three is not enough to get there. And then
Yeah.
attacking these four from these three and giving up the castle in the process is also not really viable, right? So
Yeah.
if I do that, and I can't really get there. I think
Can you get an extra point for Takasaki coming? Well, no, you
Takasaki.
already have you already have
Takasaki.
Takasaki. Well, no, you already have that. You have a control
I
cube
have
there. Sorry,
Takasaki.
you have that. Yeah.
I mean, you could you could go for it too.
Well, no,
Um,
it was my mistake because I was trying to look at the map and I removed all that and I forgot that you had the control there. So I mean,
so I'm gonna move that stack. I'm gonna muster again. I might as well start moving that stack along there. So I think I have to do a limited again. I don't see the benefit.
can you?
Looking at
I
total,
guess
I don't see
there's
the
no way to muster twice in one turn, right?
no,
Like I think
no. There's
that's
absolutely
an
no way.
interesting piece here,
Yeah,
right?
there's absolutely no way as far as I can tell to do that. And right now, I'm not really seeing the benefit of doing total. So I think I'm just gonna do limited.
Limited. Yeah.
Mm, mm, maybe I'll do total just to start like actually messing shit up. Let's do that.
You do have lots of little
Do
guys that
that.
need to become big guys.
Well, the thing is, I'm gonna muster, and I think I'm gonna muster
Yeah.
into. I mean, my mustering is also not strong. I'll just be perfectly honest. Like I've seen better mustering.
Right. But
Uh,
mustering into a total, does that mean or no, they have summoning sickness, right? We
yeah,
talked
I
about
can't do
this.
that.
You won't be able
So
to
I'll be able to
immediately
move
move them
these
this turn.
four here to here. And that this would incur force move, which I'm not gonna do. So I'm gonna do
Right.
that. Well, or will I?
It's because you had five or were you moving five or four?
I'm trying to figure out whether doing this makes sense just from a get rid of cards perspective because like this is the end of this round, right? We're drawing new cards.
We're drawing new cards. Yeah.
So it's not like unless I'm planning on combat, it's not like holding these is gonna do me amazing wonders. I
Right.
think.
And when we get to the end of week 7, I mean, we're gonna probably want to empty our hands, right? Like I think there's
Yeah, there's no
you can't take it
benefit.
with you. You
Right.
can't take it with you, right? Like
But this is like also this seems questionable to some extent what I'm doing here right now. Guess I can.
instead of
Let me
going,
see. Let me
is it
see.
worth
Let me think about
is it
this for a
worth
second.
trying to get is it worth instead of moving to Hakone, is it worth trying to go north to Kizo and try to match up with two off of your stack there to push west,
Kizo.
where I have four. I have a four stack there now.
Hmm. Maybe. Still a forced march. No, you know
Oh,
what? I think
even with that, no, you're right. Even with that, it's better to align on the bigger stack. And then,
Is it though? Is it though? Is the question
well,
here.
not this turn, but next turn, you would, I mean, I'm assuming that you have a leader there. You'd have leadership bonus on the highway. You could immediately push, right? You have highway all the way through Tokaido up to Okazaki.
Yeah, but I'm also gonna minus. I also get a -1 for the stack size in that situation, right?
Okay.
So it's like leadership bonus, highway bonus.
Highway bonus.
So that gets me to 3 movement, and then to get to 4, I have to force part. You can never. There's no way to get to 4 without force marching, right? Like if you look at
Right,
the
but
right, let's look at this
right.
again, right? So you get
I think you're right.
right, you get +1 for highway leadership, and then +1 for force march, right? So the best you can do
Yeah.
is 4. But to do that, you have to force march. But you can't go to. You're never going to get to 4 with. You're only going to get to 4 with 4 units, right?
Hmm.
But in light of that, sure, let's do this. Let's do
Well, I'm
this.
just thinking, yeah.
And now I still have. I have mustard. I can't. Oh wait, I can move that. I can move one of these. I can't move the one I just mustered.
Right.
Now, but because I did total, yeah, I can just do. Wait, no. Oh
Yeah,
no,
you
I
can
can't do
do
that. I can't do that because I already used that road, right? So I can't go along the same road
ah
with I can't go along the same
right.
road.
That road has been
Yeah.
traveled
What
by
I
one of the
can
units.
do
Okay.
though,
Okay.
and this is actually not uninteresting, is I can pick it and go here,
Yep.
right? Which you can of
Yeah.
course immediately overrun if you really wanted to, which kind of sucks, especially if you get initiative, which you probably will.
We'll have to see.
But the question is, would you do that? Because it kind of also puts you in a situation where suddenly now you're gonna get potentially attacked by me.
Hmm.
Mm. Now I'm starting to quite second guess whether I should just because I can't pick people up along the way. That's the annoying thing, right?
Right. You can drop off, but you can't pick up.
You know what? Let's not do that. It seems a little bit too iffy.
Well, what about your three stack that's in
Ueda.
Ueda right now?
Well, I
Where
don't.
where do you want them to go, and does that other block align with where they're
I'm gonna
headed?
keep them right where they are because they need to cover that castle. Otherwise, you can
Okay.
just walk into the castle.
Other than I can
Right?
just walk in and take
Well,
it
you
back.
can't really
That's
walk
correct.
around. You're right. You can't really. But I also don't want to split them because I need to leave someone behind, which is annoying, right?
Yes. Yes.
Um, Wait, what am I doing here? Undo, redo. I didn't even see what I undid or redid. Oh, that. Okay, got it. So let's move there and leave you there, I think. Though wait, no, that's not what I want to do exactly. I wanted to undo that. Undo. Great. There we go. There. Now we're back. That needs to stay there. This one doesn't need to stay there. There's no reason why I couldn't just start moving this dude somewhere else. Although I think any additional move is going to be a force march, which makes no sense. So I'm not going to do that. But it is free because I can just move it any way I want. Um, I could move 3 of these somewhere else, but then I can't move them together. That's the problem, right? Because I can't. Yeah, you can't. You can only drop off. You can't pick up. So that's exactly why I don't want to split that group. I may be done because that needs to stay on the castle, right? Aizu needs to stay on the castle. This already moved. These 3 I don't want to move. These 3, hell no, they're not moving into that block of 8, that death castle. Um, yeah, I don't think there's much. I don't think there's anything else. I'm gonna stop. I don't think there's anything else I can do here right now. Um, Reinforcement step plus turn our step. Oh, now so I get to do that first because you had initiative.
Yes.
So now I have to discard 2 cards. Ugh, I don't want to discard any of these cards, but I have to. I'm gonna have surprisingly low card count for this last round.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is not great. I don't see it. Yeah, I think this is game. I think this game is over. We'll
Why
see.
did I wait? Why did you have to?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I just went. I did the full. You know what? Total is not great. I probably shouldn't have done that because now I have to
Well, you had a
also.
couple. You had a force march on top of the total.
Yeah, but now I'm like, ooh, this doesn't look good. Yeah, I think this is GG. I'll just put the. It doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna put a card in there. Now it's to you. But I have 6 cards left, right? So I don't really see how I'm supposed
Right.
to get out of that with 6 cards.
Okay.
Right? Because you have, well, you're gonna have 9 cards.
I'm gonna have 9 cards to work
Yeah,
with.
and yeah, whatever. Well, obviously we'll play it out, but like I don't really see like there'd have to be a miracle. Like, what am I gonna do with 6 cards? I don't know if all the screaming is coming through the microphone, but like this is what our life is like right now. There's just
Kids,
like
man.
they just scream all the
There's there's
time.
there's a tiny bit, but those are fun screams. Those are not the worrisome parent screams. Those are the cute
It's just
screams.
too much. It's like the volume, and I have plugs in, right? But I mean, whatever. My podcast mic monitors the environment, so of course I'm
Right.
still getting it piped through.
You're still getting a
Um,
little bit of it, yeah.
it's so loud.
um.
Yeah,
All right.
I man, I got. I mean, I'll tell you later when we debrief. But like my mustering section is just such garbage. Like it's all stuff that
Yeah.
does not help me at all, right? Like
Right.
mustering all the way in the east or mustering where you blocked it. Like in the future, if I play this again, I'd have to be much more adamant about reinforcing Fukushima. Like just losing both castles over there is just not really an option, right? If that happens, I think you're potentially screwed strategically.
Or the here Fukushima. Where am I missing that?
Well, on the left, like the place you've been blocking for the entire game.
Oh, the Kyosu. Yes.
Yeah. Well, the Fukushima of Clan, right?
Oh, I see. I see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
So
Yeah, I was
see it.
looking at
Yeah.
location.
Look at
Yeah.
the. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's just like death
And
sentence.
well, and it is sort of in contrast. It was easier for me. It was not like that was basically highway travel for me from Kyoto. Like that was like a stone's throw from where I started.
Yeah.
For you to get to Aizu to hold up.
I mean, I also played super
Um,
aggressively. Like I was playing like, and I probably like it made sense in Ueda. It definitely did not make sense over there, right? For
right in
me to like
Aizu.
rush into your tower instead of just reinforcing. Like I
Yeah.
could have given up one castle there and just like held on to the other, right? So again, if we play this, if and when we play this again, probably not as a YouTube video, but like, I'd probably say like my biggest mistake in this game was giving up Okazaki, right? By like
Yeah.
marching into this and then in the process losing it
Well,
all, right?
well, right. We did that battle early on around Kyozu and Okazaki,
Right.
where you attacked into it and it ended up not playing out. Like, I mean, that does seem like a pivotal battle now.
Yeah. No, in hindsight, it definitely feels that way. That said, hindsight's 2020. Maybe I
Of
had
course.
no way of reinforcing it. Like now I would, but like for the while, maybe I had no way of reinforcing it other than like with individual blocks because maybe I didn't have the clan out.
Yeah.
Um, and so it's just like, oh, okay, what am I gonna do here? Like that place needs to be reinforced to the point where at least one of those two castles doesn't fall.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think. But again, what do I know? I've played this game. This is the first time I've played this game for real.
Andy, we're making a YouTube video. We are officially experts.
Well,
You out there, you're
we
listening to us. These are pro strats.
we
That's what you're
established
hearing.
that, didn't we? Establish that during the Andean Abyss
Yes.
learn and play, because I said like we always move straight from like learning section to high level theory crafting. There's no space in between. It goes like, this is what I should have done. It's like, who knows, right? Anyway, it is your turn, right? It is your.
No, it's
Oh wait,
yours.
it's my turn.
You.
Oh, I
Yeah,
get
you
to
got it.
select. Oh, I
I
got
I
it. You put in
Yeah, I ducked
something
you.
even lower?
I ducked you on. Well, this is the
Well,
thing,
I'm
right?
gonna
You
go
have to put
first,
in.
obviously,
Yeah,
because if I don't go first,
but
I have to go first.
you have to go
I
first.
have to go first because I have to at least have like some way of getting something going on here, right?
Yeah, my hand was screwy enough that I didn't feel like I could compete,
So
and we're gonna
get
with this.
get
We're gonna
get
see if this opens the door a
get
little
this.
bit.
So what's gonna
Actually,
happen now, I think, is I'm going to listen to my kids scream super Leo, no, I'm on you have to go out. Good. I love you. Bye bye. It's
hi
going
Leo.
great. Thank you, but you have to leave. Thank you. So then the older one of the two can't take the screaming of the younger one, right? And he'll just like come in here then. And I'm like, awesome. Um,
Andy, at some point on these streams, maybe you'll have your kid hit you in a hammer while you're playing Tunic, or maybe you'll have a kid that put a laundry basket over your head while you're playing
I
Spelunky.
feel like this
These are
is.
the
I feel like these things have both already happened to you.
these are both things that have happened on
Yeah,
stream.
that's what I thought.
Um, Kids are fun.
Let me think. This is not going to go well. This is not going to. The thing with the six cards just makes this impossible, right? It makes
It's,
it straight up impossible, I think. So I'm going to
I
try
mean,
a
you
thing
can't.
here, and I don't think it's going to work, but I'm going to try it nonetheless. I think I'm going to do minimal because I can't get rid of. I cannot afford to get rid
You
of
can't do
cards,
unlimited, and
right?
yeah, you can't pitch
So I'm going to
anything,
do
right? You have to
minimal.
conserve. Yeah.
Well, but even to get to there, I'm going to have to pitch, which is already not going to work. But like this, here's my Hail Mary, right? So I'm going to pick. Let's see. So I need leadership. Well, they have leadership. I don't have to take a leader with me. So I'm going to take this and this. And see the thing right now, okay, let me undo this. The thing I now is I don't like, that I don't never liked, is I can't actually see my cards.
This is
Right?
yeah on
Like
movement.
while I'm
That
moving,
is one crucial
so
thing.
I have to
Yeah.
decide this first and
Yes.
then move.
Yeah.
And this is
No.
never in a million years gonna work.
Yeah. For all of the weird things about like finish turn when it doesn't actually finish turn or some of the other UI things, I think not being able to see your cards when you're moving the stacks. I think that's my number one UI gripe with the implementation on
Yeah,
Yukata
it's
for
a little bit.
Sekigahara.
It's definitely yeah. Because now I have to undo it again because I'm like, oh wait, what did I have?
Yes.
Right. No, I still
It
need.
adds a layer of fussiness here that I think is unnecessary.
Yeah, I need this for something else, but that's also not gonna work because you're gonna. Yeah, the six card thing is rough. But I mean, I draw back up, right? But like, still, um, I don't draw back up for the force march, and the only way I see this at all coming together is by me taking Okazaki, right?
Yep.
Which right now you have poorly defended,
Yeah.
but and I think I can get that. Like I could just overrun it, right?
You could totally overrun it.
Which I think is what I'm going to have to do.
Well,
But I do have to force march there, so I will
I
have
will
to
tell you what,
discard.
an overrun is appealing because you don't have to spend cards in combat.
I do. Well, I draw them back up, right?
Right, but I mean, it's just if you're looking to do combat in multiple places
Right.
and
Well,
you like your hand or you want to sort of game plan around the specific cards in your hand.
right. Yeah, let's
Because when
overrun
you're
that.
drawing, you don't know what you're drawing into.
Let's overrun. It's true. It's true. So let's overrun that like so. I still haven't decided this, have I? I still haven't decided. So sorry. Okay, no, let's overrun it like ay ay ay. Anyone
Hey,
who's watching,
I totally.
anyone who's watching me do this right now is like, what is his problem? Just
This
pick.
is you saw me like basically do an entire turn over from scratch, so it's okay. It's all right. This is the Yukata experience with Sekigahara. This is us trying to figure out what to do here.
I don't think this is gonna
Yeah,
work. Okay, let's end that. And I
fatality.
think yeah, that goes to you, right? I think
I
it's
don't
gonna.
even know if it'll.
I think
I
it's.
don't know if it'll prompt me for an
Oh
overrun.
wait, declare combat in all locations where opposes are appearing together. Why do I have to declare combat there? Isn't that just an overrun?
It is. I don't know. That's very
Oh,
weird.
you can retreat into the. You can retreat into the castle, obviously, right? So
Oh no.
you can retreat into the castle.
Oh no.
That's why it's
Okay.
not an overrun because you can retreat.
Oh, I didn't realize that it would give
It's
even in an
this
overrun.
is totally
Okay.
okay. Finish turn. So I'll just finish my turn. Did you retreat? Oh wait,
So choose. Well, so okay, I have a slightly different prompt here. So I have combat. Choose to whether to be inside siege or outside of the castle
right.
battle. So I mean, I want the siege, if only because I get the extra card, right? Like I'm gonna get smushed no matter what.
Yeah, I mean this
For
is
for
not.
a battle, it's an overrun. It's not even gonna resolve.
Yeah, yeah,
If I
no,
go
it's
to
yeah.
siege,
It's not. It's. I don't think it is. But it also, yeah. If it's a battle, I don't think it's an overrun. I think, yeah. And I mean,
I thought it was 4-1.
yeah. I'm gonna look
Isn't
at
it a
the.
4-1
Here,
advantage?
let me look at the overruns and castles. Enemy units who control a castle cannot be overrun. Period. Furthermore,
Oh.
forces within a castle automatically limit their strength to any overruns occurring against a besieging force outside. So there's no overruns on castles. That makes sense.
Oh,
That
okay.
makes
Yeah, yeah.
sense, right?
Yeah, okay. I still think I'm gonna. I think a siege is still the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Just to get
just
the extra.
you should definitely do the siege because I don't think there's anything I can do here. Right, so
There's
it's
not
my
really anything to
turn, and
benefit
now
from.
I have to chose to hide, place a card, deploy a block. So I think yeah, because I have to get rid of you, and again, I think I can do it, but I'm also like gonna die for it. Right, you'll see in a second why. Because the only thing I can do is this and this, which means now I stop because I'm at 10, and you will lose that thing, and I'll take the castle. But like then I have to like pray to the gods, right? Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't see how this is going to work in my favor. But that was my hail mary, right?
Okay.
Oh wait, finish turn. Keep on forgetting that, right? Because now you have 10 cards versus my 4. Yeah, doing. I mean, not that total. I don't think I needed to do total. I have to be a. So again, a couple whatever. Let's finish the game first, and then we can switch into debrief mode because we're like
Yeah.
pretty close to. Like we're
Yeah.
three more move attacks away from the game being over. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we both were pretty frugal with what we tried to do for moves. Like we weren't like very. I mean, I think the first time anyone did total was me just now,
Yeah.
right?
No, I think I don't remember who did limited first, but yeah, you were the only one that did total.
Well, because I felt like I
And
needed to do something, but like total was
yes,
probably like I probably shouldn't have done
and that
that.
may have even I was gonna say that may have even been an overcommit just because of the what it left you in
Right, right,
cards.
right.
Like
But like
I don't know.
it's definitely the card. Like the it's not so much. I think what I was underestimating in this game is I thought that we'd always be kind of at parity in terms of card number, and then it would be more about what we have, and
Yeah,
that's definitely not true,
that's not
right?
playing out.
That's
Yeah.
100% not true. And you at some point managed to get the upper hand in the cards, and that screwed me really hard, right? You at some point managed to get upper hand in the cards, which I think is when you have more castles, right? Resources, I think, more is for drawing more blocks.
As for blocks, I think
The funny
I
thing is
don't know
that
about the hand disparity. I mean, the hand disparity right now seems really sharp. I think your point earlier about your muster, your reinforcements sort of being blocked. I think that's because I mean I've been reinforcing like nonstop. Like part of the reason I have so many troops to play with is because I think I had like 3 or 4 straight musters of like a whole bunch
yeah,
in
no, see,
you
I
know.
had my recruitment box was always like except for one time, it was such a heterogeneous mess
Yeah.
that never allowed me to be like take these 4 blocks and put them where they are very in a very opportune spot, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's your turn,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, no, I yeah, I'm trying to look over here to see. I kind of want to. Can I get to? Okay. Um,
But yeah, I don't
I
really
think
see I don't see anything right now that's like screaming at me with
no. I think we'll do.
five
I think
cards.
we'll do a minimal and we'll attack up top.
So bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't see how that can go in my favor. I guess I can try to do some damage, but it also doesn't really matter, right? Because what's going to happen here is you're going to take it, and then the castle goes to you, and it wouldn't even matter if you took the castle at the bottom or not.
Right.
Um, the only thing I might have, well, we'll see.
we'll see what plays out.
Yeah, I don't.
So,
I mean, I don't think this is gonna be great. Yeah,
all
it's
right.
you're over
Yeah,
to
yeah. I
stop it.
was trying to figure out. Yeah, we'll stop. Declare combat. Okay. I will deploy a leader and finish.
I don't even.
So
I don't
that'll
even.
kick over to you.
I don't even have a leader in here. So let's see. Let's do. Hmm, does that make sense? I'm gonna be using pretty much every card here. Let's do that, I guess, first. I mean, at
Okay.
least I'm gonna make it worth the spectacle now. I think because I
Right.
am gonna be able to use all 5 cards for all 5 blocks,
Yep.
um, and thus refresh my hand. But I don't think that's gonna matter. Don't think that's gonna matter.
Um. Okay. And I was gonna say I can't deploy anything else off that. So okay.
Okay, so now we do this, right? Is that true? Yeah. Doop. Finish turn. Duke.
And then I will do that. And and now we finally get the bonus of the
Well,
additional.
careful. That doesn't trigger. Well, you get the. You're not going to get the +2 from the previous because it's not the same icon,
Oh, it's not the
right? That's
okay.
why there's cavalry and infantry.
Yes. Okay.
So if otherwise they'd just be like bonus, right? No,
Yep.
there's a reason there's 2 different icons, right? If you played
There's.
another cavalry
I
now,
see.
then it would trigger.
Then it would trigger it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do. Let's see. Do I care? Let's do that dude.
Okay. Then we will take that dude,
13 to 2.
and that takes to 13.
Okay, so now you'll see. Now I'm going to do this, and I think should give me +4, right? Because now it's the +2 for that one and the +2 for the
Yes.
previous one,
Yes, it stacks.
right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, your bonus for the special attack there was +4.
Right,
Yes. So we did finally get to see it. That's cool.
right.
Um.
Now the big question
So.
I have is, I have 1 card left in hand. My question is,
Mm-hmm.
if I play that for a block, can you just loyalty check me?
Can I just loyalty check it?
Because
Yeah,
that
we're
would
gonna
be
find out.
super weird, right?
It would be. Um.
It'd just be like, wait, what? You can just loyalty check me on the. I mean, it's not going to matter because you're at 19 and I'm at 15, and I think the best I can. Well, wait 1 second. I think I can still tie you at least. I can tie you, but that's it, right? But if you could loyalty check that where I have no cards left in hand, my guess is that if I was the designer of this, I'd be like, you can only loyalty check if the other person has a card left,
Right.
right?
Well, it does give me an option to loyalty challenge
It
here.
seems weird, right? Like that would
Yeah.
mean that you'd always have to. I guess it's possible, right? Like I'm
I mean, I
sure.
guess that's if that's just your
Well, let
if
me
that's a punishing aspect
let's
for
just look
emptying
here.
out your
Let's because
hand. But
it would be in like special rules, right? It
right.
would. Oh no, here. Legend of the no they are played out and turned immediately after deployment to the challenge. The player can show from their hand another card. Card should refute. If the player can't produce such a card. Nah, it looks like it doesn't matter, right? It looks
Yeah, it
like it
looks
doesn't
like
matter,
there's no rule.
which is just super brutal, right?
Yeah.
It's just not that not that would matter because I'm sure you in your 6 remaining cards you have stuff, right?
Right.
But it just seems like awfully brutal that you can't like deploy with no cards in hand because if you do, it just screws. It's just that's it, right? If the other player
Right.
has a loyalty check and you have no cards left, you just lose the loyalty check.
Yeah.
That's rough. That's really
Yeah.
rough. Because then, you can always just hold on to a loyal. Okay. I don't think that's great. I'm gonna straight up. I don't have to wait. I don't have to wait for the debrief to say you
Right.
should only be able to play a loyalty check if the other player can actually produce a card.
I will say
Right.
that it is. Yeah. If nothing else, it is weirdly. dissonant against the history of what we
Yeah,
talked about,
it's
right?
like
This is
holding up.
Toyotomi winning loyalty at the end to yeah.
Well, that I don't even, I don't even. Sure, that's for perfectly legit, right? That historically it would
Right.
also be awkward, but like the
Yeah.
fact that you just win by that there's a way to just win the loyalty check by default because the other player used up their hand. I mean, like,
Yeah.
thematically, I guess it wouldn't be terrible because it would be like, oh yeah, you messed up, right? Like you can never do that. Basically,
You can never
it's
do that.
telling you
Yeah.
you can never do that.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
that
does
is
that mean
weird.
do I lose everyone? Probably, right? One, two. I don't even care here. No, I don't lose everyone. I keep one. Draw a ton of cards. Okay,
You drew 7.
I did drew a bunch of cards. At least that. Well, I drew the cards up that I played, and I drew two more for the 4 blocks I lost. But also, it doesn't matter because now we're getting a situation that was exactly the same as we had before, which is that you're
Yep.
in the lead 14-13. Um, finish turn. Okay, this is my last. This is my literal last hurrah, right?
Yep.
But I I don't not even as like a last hurrah do I see a thing I could do here. Because if I go to Kyosu, I stop, right? I can't just walk through you in Kyosu and go to Gifu.
Right.
Um, Same thing here over in Kiso. If I all I can do is move 2 blocks in there. I can't move. You have 11 cards, right?
Yes.
I can move. I think I want you to lose by me losing my leader. I win by me losing my leader because I'm just like this is dumb, right? Like otherwise I'm just like what am I even doing here, right? But even if I took that, right, this is GG. Even if I took that, I want to play it out because we're having a good time. But like even if I took Kiso, I lose, right? Because
I
at
think
best, well, wait, no, I would actually swing it. I would go to
it would
14.
well,
You
that
go to
would swing it. That would swing it.
1, 2, 3. See, I should have moved these because now there's literally no way for me to get more than
That
3 units,
right, and
right?
that's what we were talking about before. Is that's
Yeah,
like, well,
I know. Because even with total now, I could only get these here to 1, 2, 3. I can only get them to Suwa, right? I can't get
could you
them.
force? Well, right, because they can only go 4, right? You
Yeah,
can't
they can.
you can't
There's
continue
no
to
way. There's no way to ever get. And they would go for right because they have plus. They have all the pluses. They have leadership for starting in Edo. Well, if I'd moved them, I would have had to move them to cut to Takasaki, which I'm not sure I could have even got there. I don't think I
right.
could have even gotten there. Um, but you know what? Whatever. Who cares? Who cares? Here's what. Because and then the other thing is, of course, if I move all 3 blocks from Ueda now, the castle's yours again. So it's not like I can, and I can't leave anyone behind there, which you'll see in a second why,
Yep.
because I do need the leadership. Well, the leadership bonus. You know what? Who cares?
Go for it.
I mean,
Hey,
I
you only
don't.
live once.
The thing is, I
This is
don't have to do. Let's see. I don't have to do. I think I can just do minimal, because there's not anything else that I need to do. It's not like mustering matters. It's not like doing limited or anything else right now would get me a benefit, as far as I
mm-hmm.
can tell. Right. So I'm gonna do minimal, and then I think I'm only gonna move 2 of these. I think I can get. I'm not sure I can get to you. Let's see. 1, 2.
Yeah,
I can. I can with a forced march.
with a
Because
porch.
that's
Yep.
all I can do if I don't also want to lose the castle.
Yep.
Which seems nuts. Because, again, 11 cards and 4 blocks is just absurd. But this is like literally the only thing I think I can do. Not that it's going to matter, but I think it's the only thing I can do that would even come close to having any impact on anything. So let's force march there and end it. And then I declare battle here, and I
Combat.
do this, and I play this,
Yep.
and this is going to be it.
All right.
Right. Do you only have three strength blocks in your entire lineup? Because it's kind
No,
of
but
it's kind of
it's funny.
insane. It's kind of insane that you like only produce these three strength
I
blocks,
I do
right?
I have two blocks everywhere. I just am leaving them mostly behind in places where I don't want them to be in
I
battle.
just
That's
lose,
the
right? Here, I just lose. I just lose. This is fine. There, I'm done. Finish turn. Yeah, no, because I have a lot of like one strength and two. Like I have a ton of two. Like if you could see my board right now, I have so many two strength,
right.
and all I've seen from you is three strength. I feel like
Is there any value in me like so
no,
you've stopped deployment?
no.
I mean,
The game's over. Just please put me out of my misery.
we'll
Like
just stop.
we don't have to stretch this out, right? Like that's it. That's all I could do. I don't even know you suffer damage. Yeah, get rid of both of them, obviously. Finish turn. That's it.
Okay.
And this is your last GG.
And this
GG.
is and yeah.
Well deserved win. Well deserved win for my brash insanity, right? But yeah, you're winning 14-13. Um,
It does still give me an opportunity
I mean, you
to
still have a
move.
turn. You
Yes,
could
I do still
still
have a turn.
you could still if you. I mean, I don't. I at this point I've lost the game. If you want to
Right.
lose by killing my leader, guess where my leader is,
Right.
right?
I think I'm good. I think I'll do a none. I think
Because
I'll
I think you.
reshuffle
I
some
don't
cards.
unless I'm overlooking anything. Like it's 14-13, right? I think you just win by a point. You could also try to take back uh, Okazaki if you're feeling super nimble, but like
If I was feeling
yeah,
yeah.
but
Um
you're only gonna get three in there, right?
actually,
You can't get four in there because you can't pick up along the way.
one thing if I do minimal, just for funsies, if I can I go to Takasaki and get something? Yes. With a force march. Okay, what does that matter? Fine.
I mean,
But also that
it
it
doesn't really
doesn't
matter.
yeah, it doesn't ultimately matter. So, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, that freaking Mori
That
clan.
the Mori clan came in, yeah.
The
That and
Mori
that was
clan is just way too strong to deal with, right? And like again, I needed to. There you go, GG. I
yeah,
needed to. I want. I mean, as I said earlier, for this, like, I don't think this is going to be a. This is going to be nowhere close to the length of a debrief that we had in Indian
sure.
Hills, because I
We've
don't
been
think it's
debriefing as we go, you
right.
know? Like I
Well,
think we've been
also, I
talking
don't
a lot
think
as we
it's
go.
like I don't think there's that much to take apart here, other than um, for sure you can get good at this game, right?
Yeah.
100% you can get good at this game, and the reason for that is very simple: is that I think 80% of the start state, right? There's only very
Yes.
few. So whenever I'm gonna do a little bit of zooming around on the board. So for example, in Edo, you see these four little blocks. So four are seeded and two are drawn
Yep.
randomly. So whenever you see these two plus, or up here, there's a one plus in Sendai.
Yeah.
There's a one plus in here. There's a two plus for you. Like for you in Osaka, you have six known. Kyoto gets
Yes.
two at random, right? So most of the start state is a thing that is knowable, right?
Yes.
And I think the fact that it's knowable is oh, that's why that's happening. I think the fact that it's knowable is a thing that will give you like potentially advantage. Now the thing with the recruitment box I think is super interesting, right? Because
Yes.
I'd have to go all the way back to the beginning of the logs, which I'm sure you can go all the way. I
Yeah.
don't know if you can
All
go.
100 moves back.
Yeah, you can go all the way back to move one, so it's all there,
Yeah.
right? We could replay it. Which wait, so if I hit, why not? The game's over. I can hit play here. Interesting.
Start replay.
So I started replay, and I think
Oh, so
there's.
we can just have it going as
Oh, it's
it's
actually it's moving right
it's
now,
actually
right?
moving it.
So
Yeah.
so what I
So,
would like to have for the replay, honestly, is if it would be, if there was a possibility to reveal all
yes. Right.
pieces, right? Because that would be. Let's see, what's this? Play starting from the
Yes
last
or no.
move. Replay single step. Start replay stop. This here, I think, is probably just this. I don't even know what this slider here is. Like I
It's
don't.
time. It's how fast it goes.
Oh, okay, okay. So I had it in the
At
middle.
least that's my guess. Um,
Uh, two players
hidden
trained in.
discards,
No,
rules.
no revanche. That's revenge in German. They'd use the French word. No, they couldn't write revenge, or re-challenge or something. Wait, where's the lot? How did I get? Oh, here. That's a chat. That's
Yeah,
notes.
there's no way. It doesn't look
That's
like there's a way to play like
foreplay.
totally open-handed
Because
here, or reveal open-handed on the
it sounds
replay.
like it would be nice. I mean, I'd be nice for the replay, right? To like
It
just
would be.
see
Yeah.
what you had, because otherwise, I don't really see I don't see the value of a replay if I can't actually see what these blocks are, right?
I mean, yeah, you can sort of see the flow of how the board changes, but not with the information. Like for an after action
Right,
report or something like that, if you were like trying to really do a full debrief on this,
right,
like it would be awesome, like you were wondering at different points, why I made decisions or different things like
right.
that. Like you could look in a replay hypothetically of that and say, "Oh, that's what drove that decision,"
So, for
like
example, look right now. So I don't know if you're looking at the stream, but if you are, like,
yeah, I'm
this is like not a joke army, right? Like,
right.
there's like a cavalry. There's like these like super duper troops that I have supposedly. I think you
Yep.
have one of those as well. That like
Yep.
it says in the upper left corner of those blocks, right? It's like the way you activate them is by any card, right?
Yes.
That's what that means, right?
Right. Yeah,
Um,
total wild card.
yeah, it's basically a wild card and it's super strong, but it does give the clan bonus if you get it, right? Which happens to be in this case the clan the Fukushima clan that is there. But then I of course did the bonehead thing and just used that to like march into something that you had going on and you won that battle. So I think that was pivotal, right?
Yeah.
I think that was pivotal. Up here, these I mean they just really never got to anything. This got retreated. This was fine. Like I think I did fine over here, but I think this is like I'm gonna
I think
say
it's
that this is
weird.
almost incidental and that I should let you. I think the Tokugawa player needs to let the Ishida player just mess around over here, right? And
Yeah.
potentially deal with those if needed. But like, I don't think that that's a good way to get like giving up two castles over here or potentially three, right? By
Yeah.
like instead of trying to reinforce stuff around here and like threatening, I think that's a better two-pronged approach than me trying to just take over the east,
Yeah.
right?
I think it's really
And
odd
again, this is
looking at.
just again
Yeah.
my like I think that's
No.
what this should. And now I'm gonna just hit play so this keeps running. So if you want to,
Right.
if you're
But
interested at any point in like here's what happened,
yeah.
we can pause it, right?
But
Because
like looking at the starting board state, it is weird to me with Iyasu as the aggressor, how many of your units are sort of stuck in the mud. Like your units up top, like the highway bonuses and the logistics of moving people around, like carried such a cost with this, right? Like I think
yeah. Oh,
I had so much
look at this dumb move. This is me like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like leave my spawn
leave.
point open.
Yeah. Yeah. That
That was it. This
which we
was
didn't realize. We
yeah.
didn't realize how critical that would
I
be.
I didn't
But
understand how important it was going to be for that, right? So me just like keeping the spawn, like opening the spawn point to your giant army here moving in, which is
yeah,
exactly what you do very shortly thereafter, right?
right.
Like I don't know, it's going through
Well,
the logs right now, but now we can just watch it play out.
I don't even know. Even if you had stayed home, like I'm coming 6-4, I'm probably pressing that
You
advantage anyway.
are, but
But
like, but you also know that I have like a giant army in there that's like not a joke,
right,
and I could have
right,
potentially reinforced. Right? Look at this.
yeah.
So I decided, for example, let me pause this. I decided to not. I eventually put these five strong.
Yeah,
I eventually put them out, but like I could have just let those in there and then recruited those into there. Now I have a 6 strength army, right?
yeah,
Now you're
yeah,
probably like a little less enticed to check out what that means. Um,
yeah,
I think if we replay this game, which I think you and I should do at any speed we feel comfortable with anyway, right
yeah,
away. We should just set up a game that we won't
yeah.
obviously be streaming and won't be commenting on. But I would almost say that I'd like to. So I have two questions about. So first of all, I think I'd like to play Tokugawa again just to see if I'm wrong. But
Right.
also, you could do that, right? So it doesn't really matter. The second thing is, what does this look like on your end? Like, are you? Oh, here's this first battle, right? This one where I think I actually
Well,
got the upper hand.
the replay wasn't running for me. This is totally
No,
a
no, no. I'm
client
not
side.
talking about the. I'm not talking about that. Like, what is the map the same way around on your end, or is it flipped 180 degrees?
It's the same way.
It's the same way. So you're not. It's not like you're on the other side of the map. The
It's not like I'm on the
the
other side of the
reason I'm
map. Yeah.
asking this is I don't know if you noticed this, but the spawn points are up, quote unquote, upside down, right? You see this?
Oh, that's weird. Yeah.
Kobakawa,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mori, Ukita, and
No.
Uesugi, right?
Yeah,
They're like, oh yeah, you're sitting on the other side of the table,
right.
right? And
Yeah.
that's
And
probably
and
just the
it,
way the
it
map's
doesn't correct
printed,
that. Yeah,
right?
it doesn't correct that. Like, and I noticed that when I was looking earlier, when I was like, oh, because you had Aizu, and I was like, okay, well, what army am I not going to be able to spawn there now? And I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's weird that that's upside down. Okay, well, that's weird. Yeah, this looks exactly the same. It does not flip the map relative
Right.
to the player.
Okay, got it, got it. It's just that everything, obviously, everything that's visible to me is just a black block to
Right.
you, and vice versa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So,
um,
no, I mean,
oh
I'm
yeah, here
totally
we go.
done.
Here we
Yeah.
go. So okay, so
Yeah.
here's what. Oh, sorry, I can't rewind, right? Because here's what happened. I did spawn them in, and then you
Yeah.
instantaneously demolished them, right?
Yes.
So I needed to not leave that place, right? Because I think it would
Right.
have looked very different here, right? If I had had 6 blocks in Kiyosu, I don't
Yes.
even know that you would have wandered in there, right?
It's tough to say. I mean, it certainly, it may, I don't
That
know.
was a,
In hindsight, it's
I,
tough to say,
yeah,
but I would not have felt as
right. And I
emboldened
don't even
to
want to
move as
say
I
that
did
what I
like
did
that.
is a blunder. Like it's not. I'm like, oh no, I blundered. But that was a pretty big like tactical error on my
Right.
end, right? And
Well,
in hindsight, I can't really even say what I did, why I did that, other than I wanted to unify with this, well, which I now did, right? And gave up control. Well, it's a
gave up the
natural
castle.
black castle, so it's a natural
Well, yeah, that
Tokugawa castle, so it's still mine, quote unquote. Um,
right.
but yeah, now I'm between a rock and a hard place, and I think what I'm going to try to do, if I recall correctly, is I'm going to like try to fight my way out. Oh, this is, I love this over here. You're Did that go well for you? I don't even know that it did. Maybe it
Um,
did. Maybe it did, but I definitely came back with a vengeance, right? Because eventually
yeah,
you lost everything up there.
yes.
Um,
I think this is another one of those where it became. I think you might have actually ended up winning this one because
now
my
you're at
army.
12 impact.
No,
You know, you
okay,
won it. You won
right.
it, but you lost 2 blocks.
But I lost two
No,
blocks in the
yeah,
process.
you lost 1 block, and actually lost a lot,
Okay,
and I had to retreat, right?
okay.
But then what happened is I started reinforcing in Edo, came up from the other side, also
Yeah,
put more stuff in Sendai, and then you retreated to Aizu,
yeah.
right?
I retreated to Aizu, and you put a lot of pressure into Aizu, and I think
Yeah,
that's where,
I
like we
think
said, I don't know that
I
that
don't know that that was a good idea. I don't know that that was
right.
a good idea.
Because looking at the middle of the map now, if you consolidate forces and move Kiso, like you have a three, and a four in the middle of the map. If you push west instead of drawing that four stack back in towards Aizu, because
Yeah,
like you could have pushed more west,
yeah.
like aggressively, I think.
Well, I mean, again, I put myself in this pincer. I literally am responsible for this pincer BS here,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Like, and I think again, if I recall correctly, the thing I'm gonna try to do is I'm going to try to force my way out back through your, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And that also didn't work.
Well, right, because this is one that okay, you were going at an at a disadvantage, but I think this one ended up because this is one of the ones where I got the successful loyalty challenge too, and it sort of
Yeah,
ended up
you had
making it
it
a blowout.
twice. I think you had two
Yeah,
successful loyalty challenges. And again,
yeah,
I understand that the rules allow the loyalty challenge at the depleted hand, but I don't
yeah.
know that that's particularly. I mean, I
It's
get, again, I'm not really, it sounds overly judgmental. I'm not really judging here. Like, I just wonder why that's, you're
I
holding
kind
on
of
to it, and you're
wonder.
like, oh, he just plays last. So
I
basically, the only thing is there should, like, I think if I was writing rules, and I know that GMT doesn't like putting strategy guides
yeah.
into their rules, but like I would just been like, designer note, hey, you can never, you don't don't get caught with your pants down, right?
To me, it is weird that I was able to gain as much of an advantage from loyalty as I did. I feel like either like I don't know that loyalty really added much here.
Right.
Um,
So what I should have
when
done here is I should
when
have
it did, it was
retreated.
like historically backwards. Yeah,
Right. I should have retreated into the castle, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't. Also, you probably you just went straight. No, no, no. I couldn't retreat into the castle. You actually immediately overran those two.
Yes. Yeah.
There was
There
no
was no.
retreat into the castle.
There was no
So
retreat.
this is already this is from today, right? Because you overran them. Yeah, we're in week 4 because we the split between part 1 and part 2 was halfway through
Yeah.
week
This was
3.
like one of my first
Yeah.
moves today. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, funny thing is at this point I'm still feeling relatively confident, but what I didn't notice is you're just going to take Okazaki and Anatsu castles, right? And that will then melt away my entire lead,
Right.
right? And I needed to, yeah. I
Yeah.
100% believe that I overcommitted up in the east, right? And I think I need to
Yeah.
let I think the Tokugawa player needs to let basically just those forces up there kind of sort of
Right.
coexist, and then they're just a
Because
pain in the ass. But
yeah.
like giving up the west altogether, I don't think that. I mean, provably doesn't work.
Well, that there's that nexus like where right around Kiwami, there are like 3 castles there, like and a
Yeah,
resource point. There's so
yeah. There's a
much
lot going on.
victory point like texture there
Well, so the thing.
that
Oh, funny. I can't. I have to pause to click it away.
you have to
So
pause to click it away.
here's a funny little side note about this game. So it's called Sekigahara. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you now. Do you know where Sekigahara is on the map? Because it's
I
not represented,
I was gonna say
right?
it's not represented.
And it's called like the battle at the crossroads of Sekigahara, right?
Right. The famous battle is the Battle of Sekigahara.
Yeah. Do
I
you
actually
know?
don't know where it is on the
Yeah.
map.
So it's
No.
approximately. I think if you look on Google Maps, which you can confirm, I'm not going to pull it up right now, but I think it's approximately here north. Keep in mind that the map is a little bit tilted, right? Japan is not
Sure.
an east-west. Um,
Right.
but actually, yeah, north of Sawayama. I think it's here. I think it's here, or maybe it is right here, coinciding with Sawayama. But it's like
Mm,
somewhere here if you look on Google Maps. I think. And it was just funny the other night, like after we played, I looked it up and I was like, kind of weird that it's not
yeah.
represented. But again, I know so little about the military. Like I read up on this on like a just general cultural
Yeah.
sense when I went to Japan for like 3 months of a visiting scholar thing at the University of Tokyo in 2005. Right, I got a scholarship from the Japanese government through my co-advisor, my co-PhD advisor, and I got to live there for 3 months. And it was amazing. And that's like on the flight over, I was like looking through the history books, but they had nothing to say about the like how like where the military shifted. Right, that wasn't a thing
Right.
that I learned about. But yeah, so I'd never heard about Sekigahara before I bought the game in like 2012 or whenever it came out. Right.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit the play button again. So this now we're fighting it out over here. I think. Right. Yeah. So now this is the part where I get you down to like 2 retreating blocks that you moved into the
Right.
into the siege. Um,
Yeah, I mean, historically, I would have to review kind of the blow for blow of it, but from what I remember, like, I mean, yes, like where you talked about like that, like I can confirm that because that's like Gifu Prefecture now, and is what is where the battle or like some of the pivotal stuff for Sekigahara
right.
happened. So that makes sense there. But from what I remember, there was more of like the Western Army as represented here. Um, is sort of what ends up falling. And
Right.
I think that's where I'm like, okay, the way that this is set up, you know, if you are playing history out and you're pushing west, sort of in the way that we described, maybe that makes sense.
Right.
But I don't know. Like
Yeah.
there's a part of me that I want to separate the historical context from this, and just by basis of a strategy game and kind of the different like tensions involved with this, like I really love this. Like I
No. No.
actually
No.
think in some ways I think I like I out of
Don't
all the ones
say
that we
it.
played on the
Don't
team,
say it. Don't say it.
I
If you say this is better than Nevsky, I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna hit stop
I'm
stream.
gonna say I'm gonna say there are things that I appreciate more about this
Yeah, I mean
specifically in
it's
how logistics are managed.
significantly lower complexity, right? Like
Yes,
this is like so much lower complexity than Nevsky, and yet, right? And yet it's
yes,
like
and yet,
so we not that again not that I keep on saying this, right? It's not the Nevsky scream. In our current running game of Nevsky, I think right now, and I misclicked. I should have gotten some resource. I should have done some foraging first or supplying. I just went straight. I
right?
was so excited. I went straight into Storm because it's the first time I think where I've laid siege to to a structure of yours with like 4 siege engines, and now we find ourselves in a situation where we're both behind equally high walls, right? And it allows me to do 4 rounds of siege, so assuming I survive that long, right? Which is not a thing we've done yet, and we've played quite a few hours of Nevsky. Anyway, I love Nevsky to death. I don't think this comes anywhere close to my love of Nevsky.
I think the difference. I think Nevsky there's Nevsky the game as rendered by Rally the Troops, and Nevsky the game that I play that I can imagine myself playing in person. And I feel like the delta between Rally the Troops Nevsky and physical version is vastly different than what this is. And I
Well,
feel
also it's just because Nevsky takes us. If you play it all the way out, which I don't even know if we've ever we did it once because I felt like wasn't didn't we play one? I'm getting
we
confused
played
now, but
one
I
all the
think
way out.
we played one all the way out where it was pretty clear that the game was already decided, but we played it out, right?
Yeah.
Um, here we go.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to play some more Sekigahara too
Oh
because
no,
like
no,
of course
no!
like
Don't get me wrong. Like
we have
off,
like 6 games of Nevsky
yeah,
or
like
whatever in
straight
the
off
back
the
pocket.
bat,
Like
like because I love doing this when I play the game for the first time because again,
yeah.
high expertise. Um, this is for sure straight up like an 8 out of 10, like easily with the potential to go to like it's closer to a 9 already because I
Right.
definitely like it, right?
Yeah.
Minus the weird you have to be holding a card otherwise the loyalty succeeds automatically. Like
The loyalty stuff
that's
is
weird.
like a very weird like I like it doesn't play I think this game might actually be better if you just house ruled loyalty out. I actually wonder if you totally like remove that and put in, I don't know, like replaced other
I
houses.
think the
Like
threat of loyalty existing is like not uninteresting, right? The threat of someone maybe having it, or also like if you use it for getting initiative because it's important to you, you're kind of showing your cards. Although I think you did that and you still had, didn't you have 2 loyalty cards at some point?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was wild, right?
Well
Because they're so
I think how
rare.
many
There's like
loyalty cards
I think I have 4 and I think you have 3 if I'm not mistaken.
okay.
What's there's an imbalance there, right? Because we talked
Well, so
about this because you
three
said that it was like more likely that like historically that the Ishida player would like lose loyalty,
it
right?
should be if we're talking about historical accuracy,
Right,
right?
right.
So, but like I guess it's like okay, there's 3 cards and 4 cards, but like what we had like 45 card decks each or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that. Yeah.
So I
Well,
mean, to
more
me
like I'm
that's
look 38, 10, 48, 55.
to
55
me
card
it's
decks.
almost to me I'm like if we're doing loyalty, it needs to actually be more to be like to I don't even know if it's possible to play without having a loyalty because I guess
Right.
you have enough runway where you're going to eventually have to reshuffle the cards
I
back
mean, I
in.
guess when
So you will see them at least that way.
right.
But I don't know. There's
I'm
not
a
enough of a threat.
it's again like I ran into that weird into the corner. It's not even a corner case, right? Where it's like, I have no cards left. I
Right.
have a loyalty card.
You
I
have
have
no other
this
card set,
loyalty.
and it was
Like,
very
and it felt
easy.
like a little bit awkward, but like also it's the first. It's like I'm 100% overstating this, right?
Right.
I'm definitely overstating this, and it's probably fine, right? You play the game like 5, 6, 7 times, and you get it, right? It's like the first time it's a little awkward, but I bet on the second or third play or fourth play, you're like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I have to consider that you have a counter spell because
Yeah.
it's magic, right? It's like I have to consider like I have to play around the things that you could have, and if I'm not doing that, then I'm gonna lose. On average, I'm gonna lose battles because of it, right?
Right. I will say this game did not do the loyalty dynamics any favors, but yes, like maybe if we play other rounds, maybe we find out,
Yeah,
we see some different flavors of it.
I think
But
it's
like
gonna be
my
more
initial
interesting.
taste Yeah, I hope so, because my initial taste of it right now, even though I kind of benefited from it the most, is I'm just like, I don't know. It feels ahistoric to me, and it also feels sort of like I don't know. It feels both small bally because there's not that many cards that leverage the mechanic, but then if you leverage it and actually benefit from it, like it could be really swingy,
Right.
right? Like you turn an entire unit
Right.
and like a three block or
Right.
whatever.
Oh, and
Like
by the
that.
way, the other thing that neither of us did, I did it once, and I think you can do it way more powerful, right? None of us really made good use of the sword combos, right? Because if can you
That's true.
imagine if you stack multiple muskets or multiple cavalry
Mm,
with different
yeah.
houses, and now you have
Yeah.
enough cards to activate every single one of them, and you get the
Yes.
+2 every single time, right?
Yeah.
Like I think that gets to a point where someone might wildly underestimate how powerful a
Right.
smaller stack of blocks is and just lose, right?
Yeah, a small stack that is nonetheless focused on a
Yeah.
particular bonus can still hold
Cuz
its own.
I didn't try to compose that well, right? Like I didn't try to like I was like
Well,
now in hindsight I'm like, "Oh yeah, you for sure need to have like
I
one icon in a stack." Not
I
like
wonder if
multiple icons of different
yeah,
types, right? That's just not going to work. Look at this
right.
joke.
And
Look, it's like, "We got you." No, we don't.
there's a
The Moris are
I
like
w-
laughing all the way to the bank here.
I wonder I wonder if they're like if those special units are a little too diffuse though. Like to what logistical cost can you get those focused into smaller armies plus guarantee that you're going to have the cards in hand to be able to
I
take
bet
advantage
you
of them?
can. I bet you can. Right? And
That's something I would like to
I
explore. I
think
would
that
be
that
curious to
plus
see.
two, like they're three on their own if you activate them with the swords, and then they're +2 per each other icon that already popped up, and not +1 like for the clans. The plus
Yeah.
one for the clans is strong, but the +2 for like concentrated cavalry or infantry seems nuts,
Yeah.
right?
It seems like it
Because
could definitely be a
to be
huge
clear, it's plus. So the first one is 2, the second one is 4, right? The
yeah.
third one is it's like +2 for each previous one, right? So I guess it's the same as the, but it's like 6. Like if you manage
Yeah.
to get the third one out and you manage to have three different and I at some point definitely had hands, like even right now you can see I have 3 swords of 3 different clans, right?
Yeah.
So I think getting to like 3 of them in a stack is doable. And then can you imagine if you're like, I got this, and then someone pulls the third one and they get like a +6 for one block,
That would
right?
be wild.
And you're like, whoa, right?
Right.
So I I wasn't paying attention to that during mustering, right? And I think there's another thing there where having played it for the first time is just like not gonna, again,
Right.
it's all I already think it's a great game. Like it
Yeah.
definitely gave me the, and I think this is what it's supposed to elicit, right? Like it definitely gave me like a small flavor of what it feels like to play against an opponent in StarCraft or Magic, where you're like a little bit scared because you don't really know what they're working with, right?
Yes.
And you're like, this is gonna be rough, right?
Yeah.
Um,
The imperfect information is key. It's a huge part of what makes
yeah.
this game
And
tick.
of course, you were looking at the stream the whole time, so I mean, you definitely had an advantage. I'm kidding. I'm I'm kidding. I
Mwahaha. No,
I know you to be of higher moral
I was gonna say
higher
I think
integrity
I
than that.
specifically burned a loyalty challenge earlier that if I was looking at the stream I would have.
Yeah,
So
no. I mean, I know you weren't doing that, but like so yeah, I think it's a great game. I'm not
yeah.
shocked that I think it's a great game, because again, it is the number. I think if you
Yeah.
sort BGG by war games, I think this is number
It's up there.
3 or something, or
It is up there.
4. Like it's like obviously number 1 is Twilight Struggle.
Yeah.
You know what? That this is actually a thing I would like to. Let's see. Let's go here and go here and then do BGG, and then hit F11 so I can full screen this. And then I'm just gonna do. How would I do that again? Browse categories, right? And then I go to War Games. Wait, no, that's not how this works. Top. Oh no, here, Top Games. And then no, this is not. There's a not. How does this work again? Do I have to like Go to go to go
I
to all games and advanced search or something, and just sort by war games.
maybe I'm
Filter
not.
on
Usually, I
board game
go. I search
category.
for the game and then I click on its
Oh no no
rankings
no!
from
I
there. So
got it.
if you go to
It's called
Sekigahara, yeah,
subdomain. It's
okay,
called
subdomain.
subdomain, right? So here we go. And then it's like, hmm, that's still not it. I've done this before. I've definitely done this before, and now I'm just like, how does this work again? Because it's obviously not all board
I
games.
mean, suffice to say, we know that it's up there. We know
Categories.
that it's very highly rated. If, like I said, if you go to Sekigahara and then click on the ranking
Right,
from
that's
there,
how it
maybe
goes,
that'll take
right?
you to where.
Sekigahara. Right, and then I click on War. It's number 5, right? Yeah, so number
Yeah,
1. Wow, War of the. I mean, because it doesn't go by geek rating, right? Actually, it does go
right.
by geek rating. War of the Ring is higher
Um,
than Twilight Struggle at this point? Wow, I didn't know that. Right, so yeah, it's War of the Ring,
yeah,
which is fantastic. I've only played it once in my life, but you can already see here I have a 9 rating on it. Twilight
yep.
Struggle, which only has an 8 because I've only played it once. Never played Path of Glory, never played, don't even own D-Day. Gave Sekigahara an 8. Yeah, and then I've, never played Here I Stand. Never played that, never played that, never played that. I have, to be clear, I do have a copy of Imperial Struggle and Empire of the Sun. Never played it though.
Mm.
Have a copy of Maria, relatively recent. Fire in the Lake. Root, I have played 43 times. Quite a few times. Yeah. I have a number of these games that I just haven't played yet, right?
Yep,
Um, but anyway, yeah, so it's way up there. It's way up there in the rankings.
indeed.
And it deserves to be there because I think what it does it does very well, and it does it with a nice balance of like complexity to strategy, right? It's not overly. The weirdest thing about this game is that the most complex thing about it is the movement.
Yes.
It's rare, I think, that in a war game or an area control game, movement is the complex thing.
I think that's though like, and this is sort of the appeal behind Nevsky, right? Is that like if you're going to actually focus on logistics and supply and that sort of thing, like that's one bit of texture in these war games that it's not just like hex and counter and like beer
Right.
and pretzels smashing units together.
Right.
Like this is, I think that sort of logistical element is what distinguishes these higher caliber games versus, maybe more like standard fare hex and counter stuff. And that's great. Like I think like trying to wrap your head around the movement and then like just the trying to figure out how to reconcile that
Right.
with the action economy being driven through cards. I mean
Right.
that is the engine for this game and it is excellent.
Yeah, it's again, I think it's going to be a lot better on repeated plays because then you know what you then you're over time you're getting a better idea of what the opponent's playing with.
Yes.
Um, so I would say, and we're not going to do this on stream, but like I would say that we start another game, and I
Yeah.
will just we'll sign off on the stream. I'll stop the stream so that we can archive this into part 2. I think you probably saw that part 1 already went up,
Yep.
or maybe I don't know if
And
it's up.
thank you again for the teach, Andy. Really
Yeah, no,
appreciate
it
it.
was like, I mean, normally I really prepare the teach like extensively. This time I watched a couple of videos and looked briefly over the rules again, and I was like, I think we got this, right? And I'd really never touched Yukata.de before,
Right.
which you now know has a couple of quirks and idiosyncrasies that you have to work around, maybe a little bit more so than Rally the Troops.
Just don't play more
Um,
than one game at a time, folks. That's all.
I mean,
Like,
we don't even know if it's one game of the same. It may be that you can't play more than one of the same game,
right.
right? That if you're just playing like 3 different games, it's totally fine. But if you're playing Sekigahara, it won't just let you go deep on one if you're not making moves in the other, right?
Right. So next time around, if we do a few acres of snow, maybe we can have the Sekigahara game running at the same time and we can prove this out.
That sounds like a nightmare. Sounds like a nightmare. Have you played A Few Acres of Snow?
No, but I've heard of it.
I've
I've heard lots
played
of great
it.
things.
I like it a lot. I've played it, but I've only played it twice. And I remember, I don't know if you recall this, like back, so whatever, I can tell this story when we play it for real, but like back 2 things. Back in the day, it supposedly had a busted opening, like
Yes.
that you could like do, and it was called the hammer of
Yes.
something
There was a
something.
degenerative strategy up front. Yes.
And then that got kind of patched a little bit, but also basically the designer came out and said, "Look, no, only the high level people are going to care about this, right? No one's going to
Yes.
give a shit about this at all." Um, so I don't even know if that's, and I don't care, honestly. I remember that they send out like a little PDF that you could download and put in your box in case you wanted to play the patched version.
The
Um,
errata. Yep.
yeah. But the second thing was that game sold out so, like, that was the hottest stuff on the market when it came out. And it sold out super fast. And I remember buying it like a year later because it was sold out everywhere. But I do recall, like, this was like in my, again, one of these like blindness phases of like just being all in on board games where I was like trying to hunt it down on eBay and almost was willing to pay 2x for it, right? And I was just, and I
Whoa.
didn't, right? I kept my sanity. I was like, okay, this is just like, because people, whatever, it was scalpers all over the place. They were just
Of
trying to
course.
like 2x everything, and I was like, I'll do that for certain games that I'd like to have in the collection, but that wasn't one of them. And then when I got it, I was like happy I waited. But it is cool, right? Because it's an area control war game with a deck building component that is
Yes.
very, very, very explicitly deck building. And the only other game I can think of again off the top of my head is like a very recent game, well, recent-ish, right, from like 2020, I guess, or 2019, which was the first Undaunted, right? Because Undaunted is also a deck building war game.
Hmm.
Which, just for the record, I have played now against a friend on. It doesn't have any adjudicated version, but there is a mod on Tabletop Simulator that does a
Right.
real. It basically, you just need to know how to play the game. The setup is all done. It sets all the cards up, all the decks, and all that stuff, and it has all the scenarios, at least from the first game. Um, so if you ever wanted to play that, I think I can get a teach of that going. That game is not
Okay.
super hard to teach. It's a little bit weird to grok, I think, but it's great. It's definitely, there's a reason people love it a lot. I think it's really well done. Um,
I think it's worth consideration. I
we have
do
a
have
couple.
to jump
Yeah,
off here.
yeah.
Um,
We have a couple of things on the docket. Is all we can say.
yes, we
There's
do.
always going to be more stuff, and usually we'll do that on
Yes, indeed.
Friday. So okay, I don't even know there wasn't. So no one was in the chat, but that's fine. We do have like 5 or 6 people watching. That said, I will be again, of course, archiving this, and the next time I will not wear the colors of the opponent. I promise.
It did you in. Like, I mean, it
Well, I
just
think, let's be honest, I did myself in long before we started today's game, probably. Right? Maybe I could have course corrected, but like I was already too far in on the other side. So I think I
oh
shouldn't
well.
have done that, but whatever, it's fine.
Good game.
Good game. Okay. With that said, I'm just going to sign off and then we can sign off do our own thing. So thanks a lot for watching,
That's great.
everyone. I think I'll be, this is going up on YouTube tomorrow, which will be the 5th of June. And then maybe next Friday we'll reconvene for another learning session of something. Until then,
Thanks
stay safe,
everybody.
happy, healthy, and sane, and we will see you all very soon.
Peace.
Cheers.